I've been muted this whole time. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I'm ruining your interview already. So let me go ahead and let me go ahead and yeah, laugh it up. Let me go ahead and let me try this again. I am so sorry. One more. Let me redo that intro. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. Welcome back to Parting the Veil, the show where we pull back the curtains and give you a behind-the-scenes look at your favorite content creator. I am Hedron Ferry, your unmuted host of the evening, and allow me to give a proper introduction to our guest, who some of you may know as the streamer I accidentally made cry once when I had her play the beginner's guide. But I think I've wasted enough time. Can we give a big round of applause to Yukano Dreams? Welcome, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello. It is wonderful to have you here. So, to start off, would you like to go ahead and give us a little introduction about kind of who you are and what you do?
Sure thing. Well, let's see. I am a Twitch/YouTube streamer. I'm also a writer of light novels and a lover of cats and anime.
All things good in life, frankly. So, all right. So let me go ahead and get your socials posted right here. Do be sure to go give her a look. And also probably these as well. So in the meantime, I guess go ahead and starting off things right. About what kind of content would you say you do overall?
See, I mean, I've been delving into a lot of like reaction content to start and everything like that, just kind of tiptoeing in, like testing the waters. Been doing some experimental stuff too, like I released a horror video just recently, and it was all about, okay, this is gonna sound super weird, but it happened in real life, okay? And the way I view horror is just a little bit different from everybody else. I think it comes from a writer's perspective. But oh my gosh, my mom made me soup, all right? And she writes a little post-it note and she sticks it on the bowl and it says exactly 2 words. It says Yukano soup. All right? Like it started
Okay.
like this day. It says Yukano soup. It doesn't say Yukano's soup. Okay, it says Yukano soup. And you have to understand, I'm a writer, and to me, that's fighting words, okay? That's fighting words not to have the apostrophe S, because I'm like, wait, soup made of me?
Oh no.
Soup from me? I said, oh no, we ain't having this. I'm not letting this like go by. I'm like, Mom, really? Really, look what it says. Look what it says, And she's like, same difference. I said, it's not the same. And I said, you're eating me. You're making me eat me. And I said, that's not right. And then the epiphany hit me. I said, wait a second. If I'm scared, and I'm like, would other people be scared of this? And so I made it into a horror short.
It's like, wait, I can use this.
Exactly. I'm like, my trauma can be used. PTSD for the win. Yay!
That's how every great artist gets started, right? They take their problems and just turn it into amazing artwork.
Exactly. Problems are not just problems, fam. Problems can lead to solutions.
That is true. I like that attitude.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so you said you're a writer, so I know that you do Twitch and YouTube content, but can you tell us a little bit about the other kinds of stuff that you do?
Oh, sure thing. Let's see. I started out, how do you say, my writing journey. Like, I actually wrote a manga. Like, this was way back. This is way back, okay? I was like a 17-year-old kid, who wrote a manga and everything, and it didn't actually do too well, but it was a great start. But I've been writing my entire life, really, like since I was like a 3-year-old kid. I was actually like learning my alphabet before I could actually walk. I don't know what's up with that. Brain, like the slider bars, like I was using the slider bars for writing and none for walking or anything practical in life. You know how that is. But oh my gosh, so I've been writing a long time, but that was my first like delve into anything like that I wanted to be professional. And I wrote like 2 how-to books as well, but those didn't do too good as well, like to be honest with you. But I'm super proud of them because I was really like I was just like in my like good lord, I wasn't even in my 20s yet like when I wrote them. So I'm just saying I needed to do that as a learning process for like everything else. But nowadays I'm really focusing on light novels.
Okay.
I've really been inspired by Japan. I like how, I mean, because I was trained in college on like really thick, big novels, okay, really big books. But the problem is my classmates are falling asleep in class. And I'm like, is this really what we've come to? Is this really how we learn? Or like, must we torture like people with the really big, thick books? Can't books just be fun for fun's sake? And then I remembered something I used to read when I was young, these how do you say, choose your own adventure books, and they're really thin and everything, and just like literally if you wanted to choose a different choice, you just flip to a different page, read that one, you get different outcomes every time. So I'm like, that was really fun, and it was really digestible. I wish more books were like that. And then I was introduced to the Japanese light novel, and I'm like that right there. And so I literally took everything college taught me about writing, yeet, threw it out, and literally decided to like revamp my writing style into something more, how do you say, digestible.
There you go. Okay. Especially as somebody who is an aspiring game designer, I definitely understand the whole wanting to trim out all the excess and get to like the crux of, getting to the point. Really, short and sweet is the goal here.
Exactly.
But
I've always said about games, especially like, okay, I kind of coined the phrase of sorts amongst my friends because like I introduced a concept that they'd never thought of before. I said games should respect their players' time.
100%
And they're like,
agree.
what the heck do you mean? I said, there's no save points. There's no save points from like here to Texas. I'm like, where am I going to save? I said, what happens if I have to go eat dinner? What happens if I have to take care of my cat? What happens if I have to go to the bathroom? I said, there's no heckin' save points, okay? And I take that personally because I'm in Florida, the place where the power goes out all the time. And that just, oh my God. Reports have been lost to the power going out, and video game progress have been lost to the power going out. And I refuse to put up with this tyranny. Put more save points in your games, devs. You're driving people like me crazy.
Also, good robust autosave features are like a genuine quality of life thing.
Yes, yes. I couldn't agree more.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let me go ahead and dive into my little prepared question list then, if that's all right. So,
Yep.
first things first. I guess we'll start with as far back as we can go and go ahead and move forward a little bit. So, first things first. Originally, getting into content creation, right? Starting this whole video making streaming process. In general, what would you say kind of got you into this whole thing? What got you into what you do today?
Hmm. You know what's funny? Okay, I used to represent at the convention scene. And the thing is that like I'd started a YouTube channel like way back in the day, and I'm not gonna say the name of it or anything because I'm just terrified I'm gonna run into someone who saw me like in my cringiest of like pre-mortal like kind of cringy dinosaur geographical era, like because that was really bad. I was super cringe back in the day. But the
Weren't
thing
we
is, I
all?
started PNGing before I knew what PNGing was, and the thing is, though, is that, but then, like, oh my gosh, I remember when I got back into this, it was the height of the virus that shan't be named. If you know what I mean. It starts with a C. I ain't gonna
Right.
say it because every time I say it, somebody, like, literally, like, tries to get me. I'm not even kidding you. Like, YouTube, Daddy YouTube especially doesn't like when I say that word. So, in case this ends up anywhere, I just don't want to get Hedron Son, like, canceled, okay?
Oh, I don't give a shit.
So,
You can say whatever you want.
yeah, I can say it.
Yeah,
I
go
really
ahead.
can.
Go ahead. I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it 3 times. Heckin' yes. COVID, COVID, heckin' frickin' COVID.
Hmm.
God, I feel so alive.
Yeah, no, we don't give a shit about monetization here. If anybody wants to support my channel, I have my Patreon that is linked everywhere. Other than that, nah, these
Yeah,
websites I don't give a shit about. So go ahead.
yeah, go support Head Drone Sana on Patreon because they let me say the C word. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm just happy that I said it. My inner child like liveth again. It's been revived just by saying what I want to say. Oh,
It'd be
hi,
like that.
Gorson. Thank you so much for coming to
Of
see the
course, thank
interview.
you so much for being here. Wonderful to have you here.
What was I saying now? Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Also, thank you for the
So,
follow.
oh yay! Oh, that's right, streaming and everything. So the thing is that I'm sitting there depressed, totally in my own funk, and I'm like, I'm just going nowhere fast, as I'm like coughing into my hand, it's not just everywhere, and I'm like, I hate this. I'm the first one to get sick. I'm the last one to get better. I said, am I heckin' dying? I said, I hope not, because there's too much chocolate to eat in this world, and I'm ready to go find all of it. And I said, and not, like, 'cause your taste buds get messed up when you're sick, and so I'm like, and now I can't taste any of it. I said, I gotta get better, just to eat the chocolate, just to spite the chocolate companies, okay? So they run a shortage of cocoa, and they have to go get some more. Yeah, I was pretty delirious at that time period. It
No,
was
but I
messing
love
with
the
my mind.
motivation. I love the motivation though.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so I'm there and I'm depressed, and then all of a sudden I see something I've never seen before in my entire life. As I'm just scrolling idly through the internet, doom scrolling as it were, and then I see somebody like talking like about this person, and but it's not a person. Okay, how could I possibly describe this experience? I'll never experience anything like it ever again. I saw Natasha Nyanyers for the first time. I
Okay.
have never seen a VTuber in my entire life, and I thought to myself, what a strange anime. I'm leaning closer to the screen, and I'm like, what the heck is happening? I'm like, oh, it's a person. I was in abject shock. I'm like,
Oh,
that's a real person.
pardon me,
How
Yukano,
are
if
they
you cut out briefly.
doing?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. Oh, what was the last thing you heard? Oh no.
That you had seen Natasha Yenners and went, "This is a strange anime."
Oh, yeah. So I said, this is a strange anime, and then I saw like her completely like go off script, and I'm like, I was in shock. I said, that's a person. That's a heckin' person. I said, that's a whole ass person. Yay! I said the A word. Ah, you can't get me now.
Yeah, you can swear on my
Sorry.
channel. Go ahead. Let loose.
Oh my gosh, you have to understand. I've been being so good for YouTube. It's therapy. Okay, this is cursed therapy. I'm so sorry to be using your interview for this, but
No, please do.
ah.
Please do. It's a part of my daily lexicon. I don't mind.
But yeah, I saw her for the first time, and I was just in shock, and then I started researching. I couldn't stop, fingers flying across the keyboard, like, and I was clicking all kinds of links. I didn't care where they went. I had to get to the bottom of this. I don't care if they took me to like dogmeat.com. I had to know. Okay, no matter the horrors that I encountered, I had to know. Inquiring minds have to know, darling. So I
Disclaimer:
tracked
do
it
not go to
down.
dogmeat.com.
I really don't want to. I'm happy it didn't go there, but I was that desperate. I had to figure it out. So I got there. I got to the bottom of it, and I said, "Wow, VTuber." Literally trying on the word for the first time, VTuber. And then I realized my entire life had been leading up to this moment, and I would not be complete if I did not become a VTuber. It was like just something exploded in my brain. Not a real explosion though, thank God, because I need that. I need my brain. But yeah, I just realized that, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for this entire time. This is what this entire journey's been leading up to. And then I got here. It all led up to this interview.
There you go.
Yay!
Well, fair enough. That's kind of interesting. I like how it's funny. A lot of people have said that it's the big VTubers that kind of got them started with this whole concept. You're the first one to mention Yanners specifically. I find that interesting.
She was the first one I ever ran into, and it just, like I said, I didn't know what the heck I was even watching or looking at. I had no words. It was like somebody from the caveman era being introduced to Mario Kart for the first time. Okay, it was quite the mind blown.
That's quite an analogy.
That's what it felt like. I'm like, oh my God, technology this? What is this? Like, what? Who that? Ooga booga! That's what
like,
it felt like.
You mean I could be an online personality and not show my face? Imagine that.
As soon as I figured that out, I was sold. Hook, line, and sinker. Because, I mean, I'm not... Okay, people have called me cute in real life, but I'm really shy. Plus, I mean, I love the outfits, like, especially being the freedom of being a 3D tuber, because at first I started out as a 2D tuber, and then I found out I heckin' made a heckin' mistake, because all the outfits cost like $10,000 to get a new outfit, like, and everything rigged, so I'm like, no, we're gonna take our butt back to the drawing board, and we're gonna try this again. And now my goal is to get 100 outfits, people. I want 100 outfits.
There you go. quite a lofty goal, but I definitely support it.
Arigato.
All right. So moving backwards just a little bit. So your content creation journey sounds like it started off with a firework, which sounds like a lot of fun. But if you don't mind, I'd like to ask a little bit about what you were kind of doing before all that, if it's all right of me asking.
Oh, sure thing.
Kind of where were you before content creation is the question.
Let me see. You know what? Before content creation, because if I take this all the way back, like before, like even started out the first original cringe, like YouTube channel.
You can go back as
like
far as
I'm
you
talking
want.
about all the way back. I was delivering newspapers.
You know, it's an honest, hard day's work, honestly.
You know what's really sad about me delivering newspapers, though?
What?
I'm a writer who's allergic to ink.
Wow. That is
So every
quite the
time
thing.
I'd have like red blotches all over my skin and all over my face, gotta forget and touch my face. And it was hot off the press, so all the ink was still wet, and my clothes would get ruined. So like I still have in my closet some ruined clothes that I keep just to remember.
Has a memento from the before time.
Exactly. And you know what else? Oh my gosh, you have not lived until you've actually thrown newspapers in the middle of a hurricane. I'm not
Wow.
even kidding you. Like, okay, I worked with my mom, like doing the newspapers because it's really a two-person job unless you wanted it to take all night, and the press was constantly late anyways. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're out there and I said, what the absolute hell? What the HE double hockey sticks? Why'd they send us out here? Because we would throw one out the window and it would come right back. The wind just blew it right back, and then we'd watch it go down the street and just kind of disappear out into the ether, just kind of be floating down the river of all the water and all the debris and all the branches. And I said, this is bullshit.
Yeah. That's a little capitalism at its finest, people.
Indeed, and mom's like, just keep throwing, Yukon. I'm like, rolling throw, covered in ink burns. I'm like, this is my life. I can't stand it. Oh my gosh, no, I actually had a good time. Like, I liked working with my mom and everything, but to tell you the absolute truth, like, I couldn't do newspapers again, like, even if I got paid like triple, because honestly, to tell you the God honest truth, I was kind of at the end of an era. Like, my body, honestly, like, let's just say that me and Iron Mouse, like, have a few things in common. Like, my strength was, like, getting smaller and smaller and smaller as years went by. And it's just, my body is very fragile. And, you know, Iron Mouse was also a big inspiration for me. She showed me that you can be sick and still do what you want. She's very inspirational.
There you go. Inspiring. I'm glad to hear that things worked out in the end.
Well, thank you.
All right. So now I would like to ask the big question, and I don't know how many people watching would actually remember all this. I sure as hell do. So I was wondering if it's all right if I ask. Before you were Yukano, you were another persona, and I think you mentioned that there was another one before that. Do you mind if I kind of get a history of your content creation journey starting from the beginning, if I may ask, or whenever you're comfortable starting? Because I just want to know more about your history as a content creator.
Sure thing. Let's see. Now, the cringy channel that shan't be named, like, I mean, you could probably find it on a YouTube way back machine, but I had under 100 subscribers, and I knew it just wasn't going anywhere because I was talking about stuff because I didn't know YouTube worked yet. Algorithm, what? You know, what the heck in Nani? Algorithm, I barely knew her.
Right?
You know, like, what is this? Why not come watch me? Where my audience at? Oh my gosh, I was having the hardest time because I was talking about writing stuff. Like, I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to form an audience, you know, like, and I just, and people who subscribe to me, they never watch my stuff anyways. I think they just subscribed to be nice, and that was very kind of them considering this was not their favorite topics or whatever. I had like two, like actual watchers. and I heckin' appreciate the absolute like motherfuck out of those people. I really heckin' do. Wow, I love being able to curse whenever I want. This is great. Oh,
The
okay. Gotta
albatross
stay
has
on
been
topic,
lifted.
Yucha. Yes, it has. I feel like I've soared up to the heavens. I've tasted nirvana. Oh my god. But pretty much like yeah, that channel is going nowhere fast, and like by the time I was done like representing at conventions, because I did that for quite a few years, I was just heckin' ready to be done with it because I just knew I was boring them and I was boring myself, and this just wasn't where I wanted to go. But like I said, COVID like reignited like whatever this was inside of me because I started out as a PNG tuber. I just didn't have a name for it. I didn't know what a PNG tuber was, but now I understand. That was just the preamble to me getting to this stage. But I started out there and I ended up like my halfway point was becoming someone called Nina Queen Sama. I left that on Twitch. Everybody can still find it. My YouTube channel is still up, but I was still in the learning phase, Hedron-san. I had so much to learn. Oh my gosh. And I didn't quite know who I wanted to be yet as an actual VTuber. And to tell you the truth, she started out because, like, okay, I kind of do this thing, like, and I think I've alluded to it so far already. I take something that's a problem or a weakness, and I like turning it into a strength instead. And all growing up, like my classmates, like no matter what I said, I somehow kept getting in trouble with my classmates all throughout school. And it was one of those schools, like one of those private schools, like you can't get away from the people because you kind of grow up with them and you just like go from class to class with them. It's not like actual high school, like in public schools. You're just kind of stuck with these people. Well, the thing is that they would look at me and like, and I would say something. It would either it had too many words or was too like high up there because good lord, I was like a first grader performing at like a 10th grade level, and they're like, "Well, who do you think you are, a freaking queen?" And I'm like, "Ah, not me!" Like what did I do? What did I say now? But yeah, they always used to tease me. They're like, "Oh, looky here, she thinks she's a queen." Well, that's what I heckin' became. I said, "You know what? I'm gonna take this like sword you guys kept sticking inside of me, and I'm gonna turn it into a shield." I took it to the forge, and I literally like melted it into a shield, and so I became Nina Queen Sama. And I let my queen flag fly, my darling.
They ask if you're a
Yes.
queen, and you're like, literally, yes, fuck with me.
Yes, it's like fuck you guys. I'm a queen. I'm royalty. Go ahead. Yeah,
There
don't
you go.
come at me. I will shred you like the queen that I am. Mm.
I love the energy.
But yeah, then I thought to myself, you know what? You know what? It was heckin' fun to be a queen for a while. But you know what? I thought to myself, I just want to be me. I know who me is. It took many years to find me. It's like, hi, me. Nice to heckin' meet you. So then I'm like, you know what? I just want to introduce everybody to me, and hopefully they like me as much as my friends like me. And I thought to myself, but then again, you're taking a risk. Oh my! Whatever shall you do? You're an acquired taste. What if no one likes you? But then I put myself out there, and I grew an audience, and all of my starlings, just your love warms the deepest, coldest reaches of my dragon-esque soul, okay? You give me life by loving me as much as you do. Arigato gozaimasu, my starlings. Oh, what were we talking about?
Oh no, you answered my question quite thoroughly. I was just curious about your journey, and I find it so funny because I think I first found you as Nina Queen Sama just part of a raid from somebody else, and I don't know why. I was just immediately like, oh, you're like really fun to listen to, so I'm gonna stick around, and ended
Oh,
up
arigato.
learning you were a writer, suggesting the beginner's guide, and making you cry. Sorry about that, by the
Oh, yeah.
way.
That was you. That was
But
heckin' you.
that was me.
Yeah, I was just like,
But
gross tears everywhere. Keyboard full of it. I'm like, and I'm taking the end of my pajama and drying the keyboard. I'm like, no, we don't need a malfunction. My
I
gosh, it
hope
was so good though. That game was amazing.
I'm glad. I figured you as a creative soul would appreciate it, because I will preach to the heavens that anybody who has any creative inclinations should play it at least once. But
At least once. You
yeah,
know, I played it twice. I played it another time in the privacy of my own office, like area, so I could just cry. I could just let it go, like pajama, freaking soaked, no regrets. 10 out of 10 would cry again for beginner's guide.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad it was a positive experience, even if the tears flowed freely.
I needed to cry. You know what? I highly recommend this to everybody. Listen, tears are not a sign of weakness. They're just a weakness leaving your body. Let it go. Let it flow.
Also very true. We stand. All right. I actually wanted to touch on something that you mentioned a couple times. You mentioned something about doing convention work. Can I ask a little bit more about what that was and what you did?
Sure thing. Okay, let's see. Now I can't tell you the actual name because it'd be too easy to track me down. I mean, the thing is though, I represented for like the better part of 8 years. I mean, I started doing it super early too. Oh my gosh. Represented for like, wait, 7, 8 years? Somewhere in there. It was a long heckin' time at conventions in Florida. Oh my gosh, I was everywhere. I was at MetroCon. I was at MegaCon. I was everywhere. I was at Comic Con. You might have run into me a few times if you frequent those conventions over the years because I was selling jewelry. And I was selling accessories,
Ooh.
and I was selling all kinds of merchandise, and we kept being shut down because they're like, you can't sell that here. And the thing is that I would wait until the inspector was out of the room, and then boom, baby, it's back on the table. We do commerce here. Don't restrict me, restrict China. Leave me alone.
Wait, they were sell- I thought the whole point of these convention booths was that you were selling things. They wouldn't let you sell there?
Well, the thing is, it was a copyright problem, but they wouldn't
Ah.
stop it at the source. You know, the thing is, I cannot stop contraband that comes into this country. Don't get mad at me for selling stuff. Japan stuff is too expensive. I wanted to carry Japanese stuff. I wanted to carry it so bad, but they literally won't budge. Unless you're an actual big, like, shop chain, they will not sell it to you for cheaper. I couldn't take a loss, but some people were there trying to sell, like, figurines they bought for, like, 60 bucks for 120 bucks trying to make some money off of it, but nobody ever stopped to look because they were in it for the cheap how do you say souvenirs and the cheap goodies. So the thing is that like I'd roll out the contraband and pray to God that they didn't catch me this time because I already had 2 strikes. I'm like, dear Jesus, I don't pray often, but I'm a goodest girl. Please, God, I don't ask for much. Please don't let the meat inspector come by. Oh shit, there he is. Throw all the shit in the trunk. Come on, duck down. I'm on lunch break. Put the lunch break sign up. Hide under the table, crawl under there. I'm like, he can't get me now.
It's like
Are you under there?
I'm not
Dang it.
actually. Are you under there? No.
No. It was like that. Oh my god. It's action packed being at conventions. You're constantly dodging the inspector. Even if your stuff is legit, you're dodging the inspector. You're always getting in trouble with the copyright police. Even if you can prove that it's not contraband, you're still in trouble. I don't know anyone makes any money anymore.
Damn.
Plus we were also selling antiques, and I was also a bit of a jewelry smith as well. I had a soldering gun. Oh my god. You know, getting into theme parks was really hard between my 2 jobs. Okay, the thing is when you're doing newspapers, throwing newspapers like out, like enfolding newspapers to stick them into the plastic bags to throw them out the window, the problem is you're wearing down your fingerprints every time you touch one of those hot off the press newspapers. And then when you're soldering with metal and constantly burning your fingers off, your fingerprints off, pretty soon you go to Universal Studios and they're like, you have no fingerprints. We can't let you in. I said, but you gotta let me in. And they're like, are you a spy or something? I'm like, no, I'm a newspaper carrier slash person who works with really dangerous metal. Please let me in. I spent a lot of money over this.
Hang on, hang on. They print you to get into Universal Studios?
Yes, they do.
What?
I'm not even kidding you. Like they had this like armband thingy, like and you had to stick your armband on, and then you had to have like a fingerprint that corresponded to the armband. You stick your finger in this apparatus, and I kept being denied because I had no fingerprints. Literally, they grew back since then. Got a few little tiny scars like that are like defining features, but you know what? These are marks of pride. This is like me trying to make jewelry, and it was successful. These are the marks of I made it through it.
These are the marks of I didn't used to have fingerprints, but you know.
Yes. And the fact that like fingerprints grow back, which is great because now they're not going to think I'm a spy if I go to the airport.
Yeah, wow. I genuinely didn't know that. I'm like shocked at the fact that they print you to get into a theme park. It's
I
not that
know.
serious.
It's crazy. They treat it like it's like really some kind of big expedition, some kind of big deal. Disney and Universal here are just crazy.
I guess so. Wow. All right. Fair enough. All right. So that was history. Did I have any other? Oh, okay. So next thing I would like to ask, if it's okay, you have mentioned that you are a writer. You have a few web novels. You have a few things that you're working on. This is normally where I would ask just generally, what do you do aside from the content that you make? But I think you've been very clear on that. So would you like to elaborate at all? Like, kind of go into a little bit more about what it is that you write and how you spend your time and whatnot?
Sure. This is the fun part. Now I actually get to talk about like hobbies and such.
Oh yes, please do.
Oh my gosh. Okay. In my spare time, like I'm a reader of other people's stuff, okay? It's great when I don't have to like do all the work. You know, like when I get to like appreciate other people's art. I like watching like homebrewed cartoons, you know, like in animations. I love that. I love watching other people get creative. And of course I like watching other people's streams, you know, like when I got the time. And I write fan fiction. Like my non-professional like actual like writing is just it's just fun. Okay, I get to experiment and do all kinds of stuff in my fan fiction work. And the thing is that like I get to like, oh my gosh, I just get to let loose. Okay, an archive of our own doesn't care. All right, they got tags specifically for all of this random like bullshit that like people are like, what, that's crazy, that's unhinged. I must give it a try. I must read it. And then I get really happy because I got to, okay, this is going to sound horrible. I'm going to say it anyways. I am known as the crack queen.
Uh-huh.
I literally, like, I'm the crack pairing queen. Like, my whole job is to get you to, number one, try out a pairing that you never expected would work, and number two, make you like characters you hate. That is my it's just, it tastes so good. It tastes like chocolate in my mouth whenever somebody types up a comment that says, I don't even like these people. I don't even know if this should work. This should be illegal. I love it. And I'm like, yeah.
Real quick, do you have a link for me that I can shove
sure
on there
thing.
if people want to read your stuff?
All right. Oh, God. Just, how do you say, disclaimer? No one's allowed to judge me.
No, this is a judgment-free zone. We are here to support. We are here to love and laugh and be together in our. We're here to embrace the cringe, frankly.
Love embracing the cringe, you know, like because if you can't even embrace the cringe, like why are you even on this planet?
Exactly. What is the saying? Don't kill the part of you that's cringe. Kill the part of you that cringes.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely,
And you know what?
there we
Cringe is a healthy thing, I think. Because if you cannot cringe, are you even human?
That's true. That's very true.
And I find myself cringing, and okay, this is a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm just going to say it. Oh my. Whatever, however will they look at me? You know what? I'm here for it. You can judge me all you want for this next statement, but not for anything else. The thing is that sometimes I'm like, oh my God, you know, like this sucks, and I'm like, this is so cringe, and I'm like, do it again. Do it again. I'm ready. Mama's ready.
That's what you do, though. That's how it works. That's how you get the creative juices flowing.
Exactly. And just okay. So ones I have on there are like I have to pre-warn everybody. They're very yaoi flavored. I'm sorry.
No, we stand. We stand.
Yay! I'm so glad you stand. Everyone's okay with that. Listen. The thing is that I remember when my mom caught me writing yaoi for the first time, and that was quite the conversation.
I can imagine. I'm sorry to hear.
Thank you for the condolences. I needed it. I need all the condolences still to this very day. I need your condolences. My cheeks were so red. I mean, oh my God, they look like hot air balloons ready to carry me off this planet. I wish they had. I was so heckin' embarrassed. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? Why are you spying on me? She's like, did you write this? Yes. Did you write R-rated material? Yes. Are you sorry? No. And I would do it again. I would do it heckin' again.
That's what we like to hear.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm not sorry for writing art. I am not sorry. Art should make comfort the wait, how does it go? Wait, that's saying. Oh God, it should discomfort the comfortable and comfort the discomforted. Oh God, I
I
can't
think that
quote it.
sounds about right.
But yeah, the thing is that if it makes you uncomfortable, I did my job.
Very true.
And if you enjoyed it and it made your day better, I also did my job. That's part of being a writer. I just want to I want to write things that uplift people and make them feel good, and just and give them questions that they need to answer, because it's an adventure. Life is an adventure, welcome to it.
Also, not to bring negative vibes to the conversation, but like if you have a problem with that kind of writing, like you're kind of the problem yourself, Like,
Because you have to ask yourself why you feel that way.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's okay if you run into something and you're like, well, that's just not my flavor. I'm happy I tried it. Think of The Simpsons. Think of Moe on The Simpsons, like when he kisses like Smithers, Mr. Smithers. He's like, well, like he's like, not exactly to my taste, and he's like, but I'm happy I tried it. It's like that. You don't have to, like everything you try, but it's good that you tried it. Like you don't have to hate on it just because you don't like it. Go find something you like. That's part of life.
Very true. Not fully 100% agree. Also, I did not know that happened. Was that like a modern Simpsons episode? It's been a while.
All I know is I saw a clip of it, like, but it was shocked me to my core, and I was like, wow, you know what? I stand.
Fair.
I liked it that like they were bold enough to do that, like and everything, and it just I liked. You know what? It might send me to shipping Moe and Mr. Smithers. I'm sorry. Okay, I saw that and I'm like, that's actually super sweet. That's actually super cute. Oh my gosh, you have Mr. Smithers, like he's not gonna get with his boss. Okay, there's no way in like the 9 hells that he's ever getting with his boss. Okay, he needs to give it up. But you have Moe, who's lonely and everything, and he just keeps striking out with the girls and everything. And I'm like, you know what? Like 1+1 = 2? None? A, B, C? What? So it made sense in the moment. And I'm like, I know they're going to retcon it. Simpsons is always jumping around. But you know what? I could actually see that being a thing. If they could both, get over their own individual hurdles, like Smithers with his boss and Moe with the fact that, like, Moe's lonely and he needs to quit being so down on himself and get a little confidence.
So there's going to be a new entry on that AO3 page within the next few weeks. Just you wait.
There should be. It's an untapped market, okay? I would read it. I definitely would. And if I had more time, I would heckin' write it too.
There you go. If you're not going to write it, somebody else get on that.
Yes, get on it. You have my full permission. I'd love you for it. Send me a link so I can read it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you mentioned that getting like Natasha Yanners and Iron Mouse have been two of your major two of the people that kind of got you into this whole thing and kind of inspired you. Do you have any other major inspirations to share by any chance? Anything else that kind of informs kind of what you do and what your goals are?
Let me think. I mean, I must admit, I was also inspired like a long ways back from just in the YouTube aspect, Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. Oh my God. I love those two guys. The thing is that they got me through a lot of rough times growing up. And, it's always nice, like, even like in my roughest time, like, I'm like, okay, like you've had a really rough week. You've had a really rough month. And heck, it's been a really rough year. But that doesn't matter because in a minute, like Markiplier's new episode is going to launch. Just sit your tush down and it's all going to be okay. Just get your dose of copiism with Mark and you're going to be okay. And then I'd watch their stuff and I would feel better. I'd feel much better. And then I realized that like this kind of content creation is therapy to a lot of people, me included. And I want it to be like that. I want it to be a safe place for people, and I want it to be a place where anybody could feel welcomed, as long as they're like a civil, nice person. But yeah, I just wanted people to look at me like they looked at Jack and Mark and everything, like they could go to me and spend some time with me and feel better.
That's beautiful. I think that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Also, I think it's really funny because I literally was watching Markiplier right before the show got started. So,
Heckin' way.
as I posted on Bsky a while ago, watching old Markiplier videos is self care. So,
Yes, I love watching. I keep going back to it, and I told my starlings I was thinking about actually like doing a watchathon, like an like, actual Twitch and YouTube watchathon of this. His original Five Nights at Freddy's series.
oh, like the old one.
The old one. That's what actually like okay, I was with Mark during his amnesia time period, like when he didn't even have a face cam, fam. If you can believe it, Markiplier was just an awkward voice on a screen, finding his roots, like getting in there and learning the business, learning how to do this. His mic, oh my god, he's come a long way. But yeah, I'm just saying, he was not a face on a screen, he was just a voice. But then I left for a time, but then I came back when he did Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm like, is that the same person? I recognize his voice because he's got a very unique voice. But then I'm like, oh my god, it's him! So I just sat my tush down and watched it, was inspired. I'm like, wow! And then he said the iconic line, and it hooked me forever, and it shook me down to my very core. I will never forget this moment for the rest of my life because I saw it the first day it happened. And he looked at the screen, and he said, because I'm the king of Five Nights at Freddy's! And I was like, whoa! I was like, oh, yeah! Oh, the king! Oh, hail the king!
There you go.
I was there that day. I remember where I was, and I remember what time it was, and it was Markiplier time.
It was. It was. If you ever do decide to do that watch along, I will do my best to be there, assuming I'm not at work. So.
Oh, that sounds wonderful! Yay!
I'd love to. All right, that's fair enough. So, as far as your journey right now, in terms of either your content creation or your writing or anything you happen to be working on, what are your kind of long-term goals and things that you'd like to achieve as the years go on?
Well, this is gonna sound crazy, but oh, arigato muffin-san, I just saw the chat. Gomenne. Oh my gosh.
It was a
This is
cute
gonna
story.
sound crazy, absolutely insane. Bonkers. And every time I say it, it sounds crazier. But I'm gonna say it anyways, because maybe by saying it, it'll make it happen.
Okay.
Okay, deep breath. Whew. I gotta hype myself up for this. I want 100 subscribers on YouTube. No, not 100.
I feel like you've already achieved that goal. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. No. Okay, I gotta hype myself up again. You see my brain short-circuiting because I got too excited.
Fair enough.
One more time. I want 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Whew. Just saying it, the gravitas makes me dizzy. Literally,
right.
It goes all to my head. It's like a head thing. Oh my god. Just a thought of 100,000 people who actually haven't gotten tired of me yet. And I've stuck around that long. I mean, I'm self-deprecating. There we go. Self-deprecating about it. But the thing is, oh my gosh, and 10,000 actual people following me on Twitch. Oh my god, if I could get 10,000 Twitch followers and 100,000 YouTube followers, I'll feel like I made it in life. Nothing else will matter. Okay, the entire world could explode, an asteroid could hit it right after I reach 100,000 people because nothing else would matter. Okay, I'd be burning alive, but it wouldn't matter because I would be so damn happy.
Well, I can
satisfied.
definitely say as an audience member, you've definitely have what it takes for it. Absolutely.
Really?
Oh, I'd say so. I mean, I've always consistently entertained every time I tune in, so. But,
Just hearing you say that, Edron-san, just makes me feel really warm inside.
I'm glad. But also, I really hope we can. If anybody is watching this on my audience, be sure to go be a part of her audience too. She's worth your time, I promise. More so than me, probably.
I better really juice up my stuff. I want to be worth their time. You kind of hype me up. Hi, everybody. Let's try this again.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is you don't need to juice anything up. You're doing fine.
Oh, arigato.
But.
Oh
But
my
alright.
god! I just realized I skipped around topics. I am so sorry. Can we continue like 2 things ago? I just realized I totally cut you off. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, please do. Go ahead.
oh, the others, like my other works that I'm working on, because I totally like skipped. I flipped the script. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I
It's all right.
jumped like a hop frog. My mom does that too all the time. I get it from her. Mom, if you're listening, I got that from you. No matter how much you say, I got it from Dad. It's not true.
It
Oh my
be.
god. But yeah, like the stuff that I'm like working on, like on my light novel stuff, like it's totally different from my fanfic stuff. I just wanted to reiterate that, but I still got a lot of yaoi in there, so I'm just pre-warning everybody. But there's one story that I'm working on right now for completely commercial reasons. Well, okay, that's not true. I wrote it as like a journey of self-discovery in the beginning, but the thing is that I'm like literally making it in such a way that like a lot of people can appreciate it, not just a niche audience. It's called Chibi Night. Oh, can I talk about that real quick?
Well, please do. I have posted
The
the
whole
link.
thing about the whole thing about Chibi Night is that okay, Chibi is 4'8". Just to let everybody know, she's shorter than me, okay? There is somebody in this entire planet who is shorter than me, but she only exists in fiction, okay? Seriously, 5'2" is a challenge in and of itself. Reaching for anything on a shelf, I'm like, eh. It's the most pathetic display you've ever seen in your entire life. I always have to have help or a stepping stool, but that's okay because Chibi's shorter than me and I can live with that. Like, I feel taller already just knowing a character I wrote is 4'8", okay? It
There you
makes
go.
me feel better.
I'm
Uh,
glad.
but but yeah, she's a knight, but she didn't start out that way. She is literally a street urchin. Like here's the beginning of her story. She's a street urchin who pretty much is running for her life. She stole a bunch of loaves of bread and she is running from the guards. She ends up where she's not supposed to be trying to hide from them in the middle of a tournament where pretty much oh wow, there it is. Thank you so much for putting that on screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Chibi Knight is pretty like she's in the middle of a tournament and she accidentally wins the tournament. And the prince said, "Well, like there's my knight," and everyone's like, "No, like you can't do that. You're supposed to have someone who's going to protect you." And he's like, "I said whoever won would be my knight. Therefore, she's my knight." And she's shocked too. Everyone's like, "What? What?" And she's like, "What?" That kind of thing. And she ends up being taken to the palace, cleaned up. Like she gets her own custom armor that's made, but he's kind of got to cobble it together because the whole point of the matter is that he is not a favored prince, okay? He is the second prince. He's not the crown prince, and like so he goes to the army with her. Everything's too big. They kind of got to cobble something together. And she, okay, this is one of my favorite moments from the beginning of the story, the early days of the story. She gets a sword, but she doesn't want that sword. It's a little sword. She wants a big one. And she's dragging this big old sword behind her. She's like, I just want this one. And the prince is watching her do it, and he's like, it's too big for you. And she's like, it's fine. He's just dragging it. Yeah, and such, and he's like, this is your sword. Hands her a small sword. Oh, I should be doing the voices. They're in my head. I try to do the voice as best I can.
Feel
Okay,
free.
so she's dragging it, and she's like, it's mine. And he's like, put that down this instant. And he's like, this is your sword. And she's like, but it's so little. And he's like, a little sword for a little person. And she's like, you're small too. Because they're in a world of people that are kind of heckin' big, okay? The prince is not that tall by everybody else's standards. But the thing is that, and then he looks at her and goes, what did you say to me? She's like, nothing, prince. Literally trying to like, like I didn't say nothing. But that sword is actually the prince's first sword. That's the sword that he was trained like on when he was a little boy, and he
Ah.
gave her his very first sword. And just it's just little things like that. Once she figures out what this sword actually is, like that it was his very first sword, suddenly an item that had no value to her before has all the value in the world. And every single time that it gets shattered throughout the story, she takes it back to the blacksmith and said, can you please use these? Like when you're making my new sword, can you please put these in there? Thank you. And they put it inside. Like all the shards keep ending up inside every new sword, and every new sword she gets is bigger. So pretty much she's eventually dragging a giant like berserker sword behind her, just like she always wanted. But the prince's sword is reborn every single time she gets a new sword. It's reforged every single time.
In however many years it takes for Netflix to pick this up to original series, I will be watching the shit out of it, just so you know. And
Thank you so much.
I'll definitely be following this as it gets written. But this has like not just Netflix original series written all over it, but like good Netflix original series written all over it.
Oh my gosh, if that happened, I mean, could you imagine? Okay, I would have a heart attack though, I fear. 10,000 followers on Twitch, 100,000 followers on YouTube, and a Netflix series? My heart! Oh my!
I mean, I jest. It's definitely good enough for it. I just, being a little bit silly. I'll definitely be following it along, though. You really sold it. Sounds like a really interesting story.
Can I, like, one more thing about it? Because I've got this scene in my head, and I have to tell someone or my head's going to explode. It's literally going to go...
Please do.
Okay, imagine this. Okay, they were betrayed. They're out there doing a mission because they have to do missions. They can't just stay in the capital. And the thing is they're in the middle of a desert, and the entire apparatus fell off a cliff, like the carriages and all that just went careening down a cliff through this high-speed chase. And the thing is that everybody left them behind. They left them for dead, the prince and his knight. She wakes up. She's like, She sits up and looks around, and she realizes what's happened. But you have to understand, Chippy, because of her really hard childhood, she's more of a stoic. I mean, she's all bubbly and she's really cute. You know, she's got all these spastic moments, but she's actually really a tough girl. So, pretty much, like, she gets up, she sits up, she's like, wow. And she's like, it's so quiet. And she's like, everybody left me behind. And she's like, maybe I deserved it. I wasn't very useful. She's like, I really hope the prince forgives me. And then she hears like groaning from under a cart, and she realizes what she's hearing. The heckin' prince. They left the prince behind. The one person they were supposed to be guarding, they left him. He's been betrayed through all mediums on all sides. He's been left for dead. But this isn't the first time, and it won't be the last time, because someone's out to get him. Pretty much she's like, ah! So she goes and she starts digging through all of the stuff, like digging through all the wood, and she's got splinters now in her hands, and she just keeps digging, and she uses her strength because that's actually part of her power. She's got like bursts of strength. She pushes the rest of it off of him, and his legs are both broken. And he's like laying there, he's like, you know, she's like, Prince, oh no. And she's like, they left you too? And she's like, I can't believe it. And he's like, he just cracks open his eyes, and he's like, where are we? He's like, what happened? She explains the best she can, and she's like, we gotta get you home. So she manages to get his legs all bandaged up, and she's literally starts dragging him through the desert. She takes his arms and puts him around her neck and starts walking. She is walking, and the heat is just so hot, and it's just burning heat. She's getting a horrible sunburn, and the prince groans. And he says to her in her ear, because his face is like right here over his shoulder, he goes, leave me. And she just keeps walking. And he's like, didn't you hear my order? And he's like, leave me. And she's like, I can't do that, Prince. And she just keeps walking. He's like, why not? And she's like, because you believed in me when nobody else would. She's like, you've been here for me when nobody else could. And she's like, I'm not going to leave you now, Prince. She's like, I'm not going to leave you to die. And he just literally, like, next thing you know, she feels liquid on the back of her neck, and she knows what it is. She's like, don't cry, Prince. She's like, we'll be home soon. And he thinks to himself, you idiot. That's not the reason I'm crying. Oh, my heart. Every time I envision it. I just had to share that. Sorry.
You're a good storyteller, because I'm kind of feeling it, too. Also, you know, she's a knight. She's not going to abandon her liege, nor is she going to, like, be the weakling that she looks like, you know?
Exactly. I mean, she's small, but she's got heart. There's this song, like, oh my god. Like, it's called, like...
Sorry, before you launch into the next thing, Twitch is yelling at me about the ad break going on, so would you mind if we go ahead and take a brief break and then come back and talk about this afterwards?
Oh, no.
I appreciate it, thank you. And thank you all so much for watching. It's wonderful to have all of you here and supporting both me and Yukano here. We will take a very brief intermission while the ads play, and then we'll be right back. Thank you all so much. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. Thank you all so much for waiting. Welcome back. Welcome back. Wonderful to have everybody here. I am undeafened and unmuted on everything, right? Everyone can hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Wait, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Excellent.
Yay.
All right.
Um,
Muffin, I very much appreciate the compliment, but we are here for Yukano today.
oh no, but
Um,
that's good that you were complimented.
oh, absolutely, yes. I very much appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh,
Um,
but
all right,
like
so
there's this song. I don't know if anyone remembers this band of Monsters and Men.
doesn't
Oh my
sound
gosh.
familiar.
It's kind of like it's definitely like a the best kept secret. Like I think of like this century. I love this band so much. They've got a really British like taste to them. They definitely have an accent when they sing. Now the song that I came in on for them was a really depressing one. I'm not going to mention that one. It's not why we're here today. Okay, I was in my feels. I was in my mood. But this song, like, I actually think this is Chibi's Knight's song. Like, every time I write something, a song gets attached to it somehow. Like, for example, like in one of my yaoi works, like a Crystal Stitches, like pretty much oh, who's that guy? Oh my god. You know what? Like he sings a song like da, 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 da. I'll be needing stitches, tripping over myself,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
aching. Yeah, that song. That song like got attached to that one, but this particular work, Chibi Night ended up with this song. And I'll attempt to sing. Guys, I'm not that good. I'm just gonna sing the like this part of it, like because this definitely is Chibi Night's song.
I can also link it if you want me to.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Hold on. Let me get the link. And yeah, I came in on them for little talks. Don't look it up unless you're wanting to be in your feels. Uh,
Fair enough.
let's see. There it is. I especially love the how do you say the cinematography that goes with it. Give me the link, computer son. We talked about this.
While you're looking, do you mind if I ask, is the cover for Chibi Night something you got commissioned, or just something you happen to find that fit?
Oh no, it actually was commissioned. Like, well, okay. How do I say this? Like, guys, I'm not an artist. Like, my art does not belong in a museum. It belongs at the bottom of a trash can underneath a pile of banana peels. Seriously, my art is abuse to the community. I try so hard, but it looks so bad.
I find
That's
that
why.
unlikely.
Oh, it's just one thing. Oh my gosh. So I sketched this out, like literally, like I said, this is the way she's supposed to look, and this is the way he's supposed to look, and this is this color, and this is that color. I said, do you need anything else? And the artist probably was thinking my sanity back. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And I designed like her color theme, especially like a very specific way. Because the thing is that that scarf she's got around her neck, like she actually has it from her past life of when she was on the streets. It was given to her by her mentor that taught her how to steal. And the thing is that that's why it's so raggedy. She won't let the prince fix it. She won't let the prince throw it out. So she's wearing this, but she let she let the maids wash it. That was the only compromise. Okay, they did their best to repair it, but it's not going to be fully repaired. It's still got its shredded like edges and such because she wanted it to stay as true to this guy's like scarf because it reminds him of like it reminds her of him. And he just disappeared one day, and that's for later. I can't spoil that because that would ruin a lot of plot points. But just know that she's always missing this person, and sometimes she hears his voice in her head. She's like, She's like, what would Dodger do? So yes, I did borrow a little bit from Oliver Twist. This book has a lot of references, like Dorian Gray is in it, the Pied Piper's in it, like different like cultural like landmarks and stories and superstitions, like especially from early Europe, are in this book as well. I borrowed a little bit of juice.
I think that's
um,
fertile ground for iteration.
Yeah, like Dorian Gray's like definitely like one of my favorite ones because I definitely took a lot of liberties with him. Like he is somebody he doesn't look into mirrors, he looks into water's edges and he sees who he used to be and misses that person. But sometimes in life you just can't get things back, and that's his lesson.
True.
But that song, oh my god, that song, it just gives me chills every time I listen to it. But let's see. This line in particular, just when I heard this, it just went poof because I'm like, that is Chibi Night, and ever since this song has been attached to it. And as the world comes to an end, I'll be here to hold your hand, 'cause you're my king and I'm your lion heart. Yeah, that line. Oh my god. She's the Lionheart, and that's her king. No one else thinks he's a king, but she thinks he is.
Real quick, I just want to point out that you have an absolutely phenomenal and beautiful singing voice. But also, I definitely see what you mean.
But, oh my gosh, now I'm feeling modesty.
Now, if you didn't think I was here to assault you with compliments, think again.
Oh my. I wasn't prepared. My body's not ready, senpai.
Fair. But no, you sounded wonderful. And I see
Thank
what you
you.
mean.
And especially since I'm taking antibiotics right now. Oh my god. I don't think I have the big C word. Wait, I can heckin' say it. I don't think I have COVID. But I do have a nasty sinus infection, according to my doctor. Oh, you should hear about that appointment. I think I talked about it on stream. Oh my god. Did I tell you how I found myself in the back rooms?
No, but I'd love to hear about it.
Oh my god. I mean, this is so random, but I'm just gonna go in with it, okay? I go to my doctor's office and there's one room I've never been in. Room 1. Okay, room 1. No one ever gets put in room 1. And it's so freaking weird. Now, why is no one ever directed to room 1? I don't know, but it's kind of crowded in there today. Everybody was heckin' sick. Okay, everyone's coughing and I'm like, don't get me sick already. Get away from me. Double Lysol cannons. Stay away! You're all diseased!
Walking in full hazmat gear.
Yes, in full yellow. Even more yellow than this yellow. Oh my god, somebody please hook me up with one of those. I need that, okay? I got the autoimmune issues, okay? I don't need everybody sniffling and coughing and the baby's colicking and I'm like...
Got a hose sticking out your back, providing the air supply from outside the building.
Yes, I needed that for my own peace of mind and sanity's sake. I needed all of that. Oh my god. So I go in, and the thing is, she looks at me, and something's weird about today. The whole day had felt off. It's not just me being ill, because that's actually pretty normal, pretty par for the course. But I go, and she looks at me, smiles, and tilts her head just slightly and says, "Room 1, dear." I'm like, room 1? No one ever goes in room 1. I've been here a lot, okay? A lot. I might as well buy a membership card for here, because I've been here so often. I've been here a lot, and no one ever goes into room 1. And then the way she just looked at me, I'm like, that is so weird. I don't like this. It's foreboding. It's giving me the supernatural, like, pimples on my arms. The goose pimples. I'm like, I don't like this. So I go into room 1. It's different than any room I've ever been in this hospital. It's not normal. Okay, there's not just one hospital bed, there are 2 hospital beds, and they are torn to shreds. Oh my god, it looks like a freaking Wolverine was unleashed, or some kind of werewolf had their way with the hospital beds. And they're not normal. One of them looks like a pediatric bed, like it's really small, and the other one's a normal size one, but it's covered in tape. And I look up to the walls, and there's all of these really strange, supernatural looking things. Like there's a really like an African kind of like statue. It looks like an African god. I'm serious. Like it looks like a totem of some kind. And over here, there's this painting of this beautiful woman. But I've never seen a painting quite like this before because it's got swatches of fabric like sewn into it. And she's looking at you over her shoulder, and her eyes follow you around the heckin' room. And then I look up over here, and there's a bunch of like a painting, a really long painting of all these broken like vases, like, but they get into more and more states of decay. Each like further down the line, it was like almost intact, completely obliterated. And I'm like, what have I stumbled into? The air even smells different around here. I said, there's too much weirdness. Why are there 2 hospital beds? Why are they all torn up? And why is the desk over here? It's never over here. Oh my god,
so you walked into an SCP is what I'm hearing.
I walked into what?
An SCP.
I did! I freaking did! Heck yeah, I did! And I'm like, oh my god, I've fallen into the back rooms. I'm in a subliminal space. An SCP is gonna come wait on me any second. Nurse, I'm ready! Doctor comes into the room now, and he slides over and he sits down right beside me, and he's like, how are you doing today, Miss Yukano? I've never seen this doctor in my entire life. I swear to God. This is my first time. I'm thinking, where's Alice? Where's Dr. Alice? Where's Dr. Ed? I know these people, okay? I've been here enough times. I've seen all these doctors. I've never seen this man in my entire life. And I'm like, wow, okay. And I'm like, this is really spooky. And I'm like, I'm doing just fine, except for this, that, and the other. What do you got for me, doc? So he's like, I can prescribe something really nice. And he's like, because what you have is a nasty sinus infection. And as he's talking, I'm realizing that his accent definitely is foreign. And I'm like, it's a really delicious accent too. I'm like, wow, his accent's really nice. And then I realized what I was listening to. And I'm like, is this a Nigerian accent? And then I looked up at all of the stuff on the walls, I'm like, maybe this is his office. And then I thought to myself, they should give him a nicer, office. Look at all these beds with all this tape on it. Who did that? Who did that? And then I thought, maybe it's just because he's new here. Maybe he's just a new doctor. But then I'm like, nah, this is SCP area. This is subliminal space. I fell into the little back rooms, and there's a doctor in the back rooms. And when I walked back out of here, and I said, I'm going to go back to the real world. I said, but this doesn't even smell right. Literally, I had the heebie-jeebies the entire time. Something was wrong with this particular room, and no one goes in here. So I'm just like, huh. So I walk out in a daze, and I look at the nurse again, and she gives me my prescription papers, and she's like, have a great day, dear. Seriously, I'm creeped out all the way around. Everything was weird about today. That particular day, I thought to myself, everything's wrong. And I sit in the car, and Mom's like, what's the matter? You look strange. And I said, today was heckin' strange. And I said, but you know what? I'd go back to room 1 again. 10 out of 10. I'd go to creepy subliminal space again.
There you go.
Because it keeps my life interesting.
Now, here's the important question, though. I don't want to get into too much details, but is the prescription helping you feel better?
Yes, it is. It's a really powerful, it's a Z-Pack. And the thing is that, this is really powerful antibiotics. They also sent me home with this nasal spray, but oh my god, I hate the nasal spray. That tastes
Fair.
so bad. You're not supposed to be able to taste it. It goes up your nose, but you could have fooled me.
Fair.
Oh my god, you got these horse pills. I can't even pronunciate this package. It's huge, okay? And they want me to swallow it with lots of water, and I'm like, you're asking too much of me. You don't understand. It's bad enough to get me to take my shots, come on. I don't want to take the horse pills. And Mom's like, you're going to take those heckin' horse pills, or you're not getting dessert. And I'm like, yes, Mama.
Well, the important thing is if what you've been given is actually helping, that means whatever entity you came into contact with was either benign or intervening in a bad situation. So thumbs up for me.
Exactly. You know what's funny? Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm kind of tied to the supernatural. Oh, wait. Are you okay with me talking about that?
You can talk about whatever you want.
All right. Well, the thing is, I end up in the hospital a lot, okay? And the thing is that this particular time, I saw the Grim Reaper. I kid you not.
Mm-hmm.
I kid you not. I don't know if he was on vacation. No, he's probably there working. But the thing is that I see a lot of creepy stuff, okay? And then here's the deal. If other people can't see it, here's what I do. I grab them by the head, and I stick their head, right next to my head, and I point at it. And I said, you see it? You see it now? The weird part is they can actually see it. But only when I do that. And they're like, I can see it now. They let go of them and such, and they're like, now I can't see it. I'm like, what? It's right there. Oh my god. But whatever. My mom's got kind of this thing too. She can see shadows and shadow people. It's really strange. My old man though has the supernatural propensity of a stick of butter. Seriously, he sees nothing. He hears nothing. He's got nothing. Okay, he's pretty normal. It's my mom and me, but then again, according to her, I mean, we come from a long line of kind of shamans, I guess. I don't know. We lost that a long time ago, I think, but I think some residuals still hung on, So I'm laying there in the hospital, and I've had a near-death experience. They almost put me into a heckin' coma again, and people wonder why I hate going to the hospital. It's on my chart. Don't give me this, that, or the other, because then you're gonna make a very sleepy Yukano. So they gave it to me, and next you know, I'm clinging to life here. But finally, I wake up and I'm laying there. I'm like, wow, that was a trip. And then I see him. He literally is walking across the hall, and then he turns to look at me, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he just keeps moving. You're not here for me? Not yet? Okay, good talk. See you later.
He's just doing
Oh,
his day job.
exactly. He's doing his day job. He does a really good job. Like he moonlights, on occasion. Oh my god, in horror films mostly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Some acting consulting on the side.
exactly. I'm just saying, like, everybody, listen, maybe this is not going to be a lot of comfort to you, but, like, maybe to people like me, it would be kind of comforting, so I'm just going to say it. Listen, he's not your enemy. Okay? He's just doing his job. Don't hate the Reaper. Hate the game of life.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, I mean,
It just,
he's also
it's not all bad.
he's also not the one that actually kills you. He's just here to collect you after you die.
Exactly.
Like,
It's just sniffles that got you. If you got to be hating, hate the COVID.
I don't remember where I first heard it, but I remember someone talking about the Grim Reaper. Like, imagine you die and then you have to find your way to the afterlife yourself. Of course, I'm happy to have a guide. Like, yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
I get lost in a paper bag. Someone better come collect me, or my ass ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. Like,
I'll be
absolutely.
sitting around.
Well, I'm already
What?
dead. Hello, creepy cloaked figure. Absolutely, I'll go with you because I don't got anything else to do right now.
Exactly, but I have one condition before I go. Can I have a hug first? Like, Lobby, like, grabby gloves, please, can I just have a hug?
I like to imagine the
Okay.
Grim Reaper would comply.
Yeah, just a hug, just a little hug, just so I can say I did it. Just a little hug. I don't even want to kiss. I just want to. I just want a hug from the Grim Reaper, just so that because I'm pretty sure he's friendly. I mean, he's not done me wrong yet.
Yeah, I don't know them personally, but I can't imagine they're malicious.
Nah. I have seen just recently. Have you heard the story about the tall man?
I've heard of a couple tall men. Go ahead and refresh my memory.
He's got a top hat on. Well, the one I saw did. I can't vouch for everybody's experience. Your mileage may vary. The thing is that, like, I walk into my room. I had a guest over, and I keep telling everybody, like, I'm like, no, shh, go. I have a guest. Don't scare the guest. Don't scare the bitches. Go. Don't scare the hose. Get out of here.
My entity in Christ, you are scaring the hose.
Yes. But pretty much, like, I walk into there, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I see his stomach first, and then I look all the way up. I'm like, oh, hello. Like, you're new. And then I told my friend about it. They're like, you saw the tall man. I said, who the what? Who the heck? Tall what? Yeah, he was tall. He's a man. What? They're like, no, he's an entity. I said, well, obviously, he's right there. Of course he's an entity. They're like, no, he's the entity. I said he was famous. And they're like, no. They're like, he's like an SCP kind of guy. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, but I haven't seen him since, so I'm just saying, like, don't ask me to summon or do anything like that. My parents asked me to do that one time. It didn't work out well. Oh, did you want to hear about that?
Please, if you want to share.
Oh my gosh! The thing about me is every day's a new adventure. Let's just put it that way. Sometimes it's a misadventure, but I'm just going with life here. I'm just living. So I'm okay with whatever happens because at least it keeps things interesting. I just, what? I just don't want things to get boring. That would suck. But okay, we're at the, like, out back in the backyard. Bonfire is going, and they're drunk. They had one too many of the good stuff. They got their brewskis out there. And me, I've had just a few sips of apple ale because, I mean, I just don't drink a lot. I'm just not much for this stuff. I like stuff that's like soda poppy, kind of sweet tasting. So I just, just a few sips. And next thing you know, Mom says, "Oh my God," because she was totally into the ghost hunter phase. Okay, she had gone balls deep into, like, the haunted, like, the Skinwalker Ranch, and the ghost hunters. And I'm like, yada yada, because me, it's a No More Tuesday. She sees shadows walking into my room, and that was their 5 o'clock appointment. Seriously, it's like a day job. I'm like, it's not even impressive to me anymore because I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? Did you need something or just here to visit? Oh, well, sit down. How was your week? How's your afterlife? How are you doing, darling? It's just a normal thing. So the thing is, though, she's like, oh, we should go ghost hunting. Then she looks at me. She's like, go get your recorder, the one you had from college, because that looks just like the one the ghost hunters had. And I said, I don't think this is a good idea. I said, you don't know what you're invoking. because I don't go seeking them out. They seek me out. I don't like seeking them out because you don't know what's going to come through. So the thing is, so she's like, no, go get it, go get it. We'll have a lot of fun. I'm like, okay, don't say I didn't warn you. You're not going to like when you peel back the veil. So I go and get it, and she's interrogating the spirits. She's really going for it, just like those stupid ghost hunters shows. Like I demand that you move the thing, and I'm shaking my head, like throwing a few more steps back, and I'm like, whatever, lady, this is so silly. Then all of a sudden she's like, I don't think. She plays it back. She hears nothing. She's like, you do it. She hands it to me. I said, oh hell no. And she's like, no, you do it. And she's like, they listen to you. I'm like, because she's seen a few things. Weird stuff always happens around. I said, okay. I said, but once I do this, I said, I'm never doing it again. And I said, and whatever happens, I said, you asked for it. She's like, okay. So I do the thing. Okay. I go into kind of like a trance state of sorts. Like, you can see a few other people, like, on these ghost hunting shows do it, and I didn't even know anyone else could do it, like, the way I did it. It's just instinctual. I slip into this other state by taking a deep breath and letting it out like so. Snap out of it. You're not trancing right now. But the thing is, I slip into that deep state, and then I said, is anybody here? And then I wait. Dad's laughing in the background. I said, ignore him. I said, is anybody here? They play it back once they're sober, and guess what they heard on the recorder? A male voice hissing into it in a deep baritone, and my dad accused me for the longest time of doing it. I said, excuse me, my voice is not that high. Thank you very much, sir. But it goes, yes. Yeah. Really happened. I still have it in recorder.
I sincerely apologize. The moment you started doing what the voice said, you cut out again.
Jeez! I supernaturally borked everything. Sorry.
Discord moment.
Discord indeed. Okay, like he goes, like the ghost, like deep baritone voice goes, yes. Like literally a growl, like barely human, but it's definitely a male voice. And the thing is, Dad accused me of doing it and faking it. I said, you were right there. And I said, I did nothing of the sort. I said, I didn't even hear it until after we played it back. And my voice is not that deep. Thank you very much, Mr. Man. For heaven's sake, I can't do that kind of voice. Like, it went way beyond my barrier. Like, I try to go, I'm trying to go deep, but my voice is not that deep. But yeah, so like then I've kept the recorder. It's still on recording. Like I shared it somewhere in one of my YouTube videos. But yeah, pretty much like it's the haunted recorder to this day. I will not mess with it. I will not delete it because it's proof. But it has started to degrade over time as anything supernaturally caught like degrades. It's just weird how that works. These recorders are better at recording stuff than others. And Mom's like, you got it, you got it, you got it. I'm just like I'm sitting back bored as bored could be. I'm like, I told you. I said, but now we got someone in the backyard, and I don't think they're leaving anytime soon, so thanks a lot for that. We got a new house guest, and I'm not ready for him. My body's not ready, senpai. But yeah, I'm just saying he did leave eventually when he found out that like I wasn't going to engage any more than I had because I don't need any more house guests. I mean, my schedule's booked. I got no more room, okay? The graveyard's occupied, the house is stuffed, and we do have a haunted church right beside me, right beside my room, and that sheds off ghosts as well. Okay, I don't need any more supernatural shenanigans. I got a YouTube channel to do. I got Twitch to run. I got time for this.
Right? I'm busy. Quit getting your ectoplasm in my microphone.
Yes. Amen to that. But that's all my ghost stories for today.
Fair enough. Not that I want to like hijack the interview or anything, but you as somebody who has experience, I'd like your opinion on something if that's okay.
Sure thing.
When I was younger, and this is the only time in my life that I can say that I've ever had a like legitimate supernatural experience, and to this day I'm not even sure if it was. We were living in Texas at the time, and my grandparents were fortunate enough to have a larger house down there because nobody wants to live in Texas. Houses are cheap. Yeah. And I was staying with them for a weekend. I don't remember. I woke up in the middle of the night one day. My bedroom door was open. Where I was laying, I could see out into the hallway from where I'm laying. And I swear to God, I could not explain exactly what I saw. I wasn't wearing my glasses, but there was a glowing white figure in the hallway. Just wasn't even looking at me, was just staring. And
They're just vibing.
Just vibing, yeah. Probably staring at the pool table that was right there. So, like, I don't know exactly what was going on, but freaked me the fuck out. I just decided to, like, well, I decided to go back to sleep and just, woke up the next morning thinking it was light from the hallway, right? It was light from a window. I'm crazy. The thing is, I went to bed that next night and looked at the exact same angle. There's no light there. There's no window that light could be shining through. There's nothing there that could be like light. There's no light that could be going from that direction. And I'm like, did I actually? I don't know. I don't know if that was like a thing. It's entirely possible I'm crazy, but like, do you have any thoughts on that? Because
you saw a legitimate manifestation. That happens around here. Now, here's the deal. Like, I see them like I've seen them like that before, although it's rare for me. But you know what form I see them glowing in? How they travel? They turn into orbs. I don't know why it's an orb. It's a round, glowing ball of light. And the thing is that like sometimes we pass each other in the hallway, and I step aside to let them like do their thing and go past. I'm like, oh, excuse me, sorry. And I just stepped by. Mama's seen them too, and she's like, oh my god, what is that? And I said, that's a spirit. And I said, dude, and they love lava lamps, by the way. I had a recording. I wonder if I saved it. I don't know if I actually saved it or not. Probably it's still on the Nina channel. But the thing is, I set up a lava lamp stream and just let it go. And I caught so many, like, cheeky spirits showing off. Like, they were orb form. They're floating around just, wee, wee. They loved it. They were like, yay, lava lamp. And it's adorable. They love lights and lava lamps and strobe lights and things like that. They're really attracted to, and heat as well. I think that they, like, suck off the energy source. It's like going to a spa for them. I think it's like geothermal kinetic energy. There's all kinds of theories about what exactly spirits like power themselves off of. I think the lava lamp was like a fuel source at that moment. They're stopping by to refuel. But yeah, that's what you saw. That was real. That's happened to me a few times. Mom saw it like once, although she's more the shadow detector in the house. And she's also a dream interpreter. But yeah, what you saw was legitimate and real.
What got me though was that like you said, when the glowing ones are usually orbs, what made me think I was dreaming or something was just this looked about as cliche could get. Like the whole like drapey clothes and like emaciated figure, and I'm like, my brain invented this, right? Like, but I've never been able to explain it. I just wanted to ask about it. It looked very cliche.
No, it looked cliche because here's how all of the ghost movies got their stuff that we associate with clichéness. Somebody saw something somewhere.
Valid.
To tell you the honest truth, like any kind of inspiration that anybody has taken to make a horror film is something that they saw, or somebody saw, or stories that somebody told from things they saw. Otherwise, you wouldn't have all this stuff that we have today. I mean, I just think that, for example, well, okay, this one's going to sound crazy. Yeah, I'm going to say it because if people probably already think I'm crazy. I don't even heckin' care because the thing is that it's just, like, I get it. Before I started seeing supernatural stuff, I would agree with you. I'd say that someone like me was absolutely bonkers, okay? I would say that I was living in some kind of subliminal reality, okay? Because it sounds nuts, because everybody can't do this. But honestly, if humans would, like, sit down and actually, like, start, like, meditating and stuff, they would be able to see more stuff, honestly, because I believe everybody has a certain capacity for the supernatural. It's just a muscle you got to exercise. Now, mine popped open during a near-death experience, but we're not talking about that today.
Fair.
I'm just saying, some people, they slowly open their eyes, and some people, it goes wide open, they blow, and that second one was me. Jeez, but yeah, the thing is that Slender Man, you know how, like, the whole thing about Slender Man, like, that monster on the internet?
Right.
Well, the thing is, he does exist, but not the way you think he does. Okay, how do I explain this? I'm minding my own business one day, and I have a chair in my office, and the thing is that they'll come sit in my chair when they want an appointment. It's just how it works. Well, the thing is, I see a hand appear, like, on the door, because I leave my door cracked, and all of a sudden, it's a big hand, and it's white and long claws, and I'm like, oh, boy, this is going to be a trip. Come in. Heckin' come in. What do we got now? What flavor of the day? I try not to judge spirits on their appearances. I judge them by how they, like, treat me, really. Like, it's just like with humans in general. Like, humans, I don't judge you by how you look. I judge you by how nice or unnice you are to me. Because I don't care what you look like. You know, I care like what your heart looks like. So in he comes, long legs carrying him in here, and I'm like, oh my heckin' god! And I said, Slender Man? And he grins at me like his mouth splits open like these really sharp teeth, and he goes, not quite. And I'm like, oh dear. I said, you're what that artist saw, like when he designed his version of you. I said, what are you? And he's like, I am a figment of your imagination. I'm like, interesting. I said, in other words, you're not going to tell me. He's like, nope. I'm like, well, this is off to a great start. And I said, you know what? I told him, I said, you know what's funny? I said, you give me a deep space vibe, just the way you look, because he looked a little different from the actual Slender Man mythos. And the thing is, he didn't have tentacles. What he could do is he could have like long, giant spider legs come out of his back and land in front of him, and like literally tilt himself like vertical. And the thing is that like I'm like, huh? I said, so that's like the stance you take when you're about to eat someone. He's like, yeah. I said, you're gonna eat me? And he's like, not tonight. And I said, good, good. Sit your ass down. I'm on a time clock here, bud. So we talked, and the thing is that he wanted to like write a book together. And I love working with muses. I said, oh, so you're a muse? He's like, kind of. He's like, I'm looking to get into a new business. I said, okay, businessman, business lady, you know, I can appreciate. And I said, let's work together. That was a big mistake. That was a heckin' big mistake. I burned it. I burned the book. Okay, I literally burned everything that it was on, because you have to understand, I figured out his end goal. He was gonna eat me. He just wanted to, like, drive me to, you know what I mean, like, before he could eat me. But so pretty much he, like, literally, this was one of the last conversations I had with him before I had enough. Literally, I'm sitting there, and I'm drinking, because I don't drink very often, but he wanted me to drink in order to work. He said, this is the only way that we can work together. So I'm drinking, and I'm like, I hate you. I'm typing like, and I'm drinking, and I'm like, I hate you so goddamn much. And I said, you making me drink. And I said, when I drink, I said, I think about all the bad shit that I don't want to think about. And I said, because you're here. I said, you're just the biggest killjoy I've ever seen in my entire life. He's like, you're not supposed to be happy. He's like, you're supposed to be busy. And he's like, right. And he puts his hand on my shoulder, and I said, if you don't take your goddamn hand off my goddamn shoulder, and I said, I'm going to eat you. He did. Boop. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, don't mistake me. I'm 5'2". And I'm like, but I can be really intimidating, supernaturally speaking, because I don't put up with disrespect. Okay. So eventually, though, I realized his end goal. I said, he is literally going to eat me. So I'm like, nope. I took all the pages. I had like this much. It was going to be a great book, though. I wonder if it would have been worth it. To this day, I wonder if it would have been worth it. Stephen King, eat your heart out. It was about this woman. She lived in a house, like, it was called the House in the Fog. And pretty much she lived out, like, in the moors and everything. And, like, pretty much, like, she lived all alone. Her parents were dead. Her twin sister was dead. Well, the thing is, her twin sister was literally driving her crazy from within the walls of the house, because her plan was to literally, like end up, like, getting rid of her so she could take over her life. It was so good. Oh, my God. And the gaslighting. Come to find out, like, this woman's like lover was like in on it. She didn't even see her lover much because of the position she lived in. It was like so far out in the boonies, and he only came to see her like once a month and brought her new supplies. He was in on it. He wanted them to sell the house together, him and her sister, to sell the house together and get the heckin' money, because that house was worth millions of dollars. And she just lived like on this piece of land that was worth so much heckin' money. Oh my God, it would have been amazing, but I just couldn't do it anymore. And I realized my end goal. I said, by the time I finish this last page, and I said, he will have gotten what I wanted, like what he wanted. I said, I would have gotten what I wanted, a winning novel. And I said, but he would have gotten what he wanted, so I won't be alive much longer to appreciate it. I have to get him out of here. And I haven't worked with that jerk since. I kicked his butt out. Heckin' no. You don't get to do that to me. Who do you think you are? Them's fighting words. Put him up. You cannot punch.
There you go.
Yep, supernaturally kicked his butt out of the house. I got salt. I got sage. And I literally was blowing all around the house, and my dad's like, ew, that. I said, hush, you'll thank me later. Get out, yonder bad spirit, evil spirit. Bye-bye, bitch. And I got him out of there, and I haven't seen him since, and he better not come back because he's mean.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think that's why Slender Man was created. I mean, I saw him only after he had appeared on the internet, but he wasn't in the same form. He looked similar, but he wasn't it. So I really think that the guy, I think he saw him in a nightmare or something.
That would make sense.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just more supernatural shenanigans. How did we get off on this topic?
Honestly, I don't remember. But if you're okay, I actually do have two questions, if I may, on this subject.
Sure thing.
First is sort of a PSA question. I'm wondering, so you have a lot of experience with this stuff, and I'm sure you, well, I assume that some things out there can be quite dangerous. And I was
Very.
wondering, as far as like us normal people are concerned who aren't dealing with this on a day to day basis, do you have any like general tips as far as keeping yourself safe spiritually that maybe we could, you know, start adopting something that's just easy that the rest of us could do to just keep ourselves safe?
Sure thing. I mean, I'll tell you what I tell everybody else because I've been asked that question more than once by ordinary people. If you can't see it, don't try to see it. Listen, if you can see them, they can see you. I'm not
Okay.
even kidding you. You open up like a radar. As soon as you get on everybody's radar, like, okay, what is that one old movie? Pretty much like everybody started coming to the planet Earth once this guy opened up a can of worms. I think that was actually the name of the movie. Pretty much like once this guy had sent a radio signal into space and the aliens thought that everybody on Earth could contact them, they came down to Earth and started like advertising on Earth and all kinds of other stuff and freaking out the humans. Well, the thing is that like if you put out a signal that they can see you, they will come to you. You will not be able to stop it. You can put talismans, like you can put talismans on your door. You can sprinkle salt. You can blow sage. They will come as soon as it weakens. As soon as you can see them, they can see you. Do not, if you do not want to see ghosts, if you don't want to see demons or angels. Oh, I saw an angel one time. It's not quite what you think. Um, Good lord. If you don't want to see people like who died in horrible ways, oh my god, and they will come to you for help and you can't help them. You can try. You can try. Some of them have come to me for help. And oh my god. I was minding my own business. I have no idea where this happened, but it happened recently and okay, I'm a night owl. I stay up at night. That's another thing. They will not hardly come out in the daytime. They're more evening slash night people, like most of the spirits. Night is day and day is night to them. So, and I'm just existing like in their time zone. So the thing is, I'm there and I'm like going to the kitchen to get myself some tea and a burger because I'm heckin' starving. I've been writing all night. And then all of a sudden, I feel something like literally crash through the front door. And I'm like, oh my god. And I said, what was that? But then all of a sudden it runs to the head of the hallway and it looks at me. This was like a horror movie. Like literally down a long hallway that looks even longer at night. There's a headless man standing there. And I looked at him and he looked at me, but he could still see me with no eyes or head. And I realized he had just been through a major car accident. And I'm like, oh my god. And I slowly start to back up because I've never seen anybody in this kind of state before. And it literally traumatized me, PTSD'd me. And I ran into my room and I shut the door and he's on the other side banging on the door. He can't say anything, but he's begging me mentally, like banging on the door. And I can't. And I literally just crunched down like onto the floor, like, and I'm like, I can't. And I'm crying. I'm like, I'm sorry. I can't. And literally, it took like 3 hours for him to go away. And I was just, oh my god, eyes are tearing up just thinking about it because I didn't know what to do. And that was the scariest thing I've ever seen. And I've seen heckin' demons. But a human in that kind of state of like dismemberment, I had never seen before. And literally, they're running at you with no head. I didn't know what to do. And to this day, I regret it. I should have opened the door. I should have opened the door. He needed help and I couldn't help him. But I was not in a mental state to be able to deal with anything like that. Never seen anything like that before.
Well, also,
And I
like,
hope I never see anything like that again.
but also, like, what could you have done? What's
Tried
done is
like
done.
I know what's done is done. He didn't know. Well, okay, you kind of know you're dead after something like that happens, but you're not fully in the acceptance state yet. Like, oh my god, like literally, you know how they say the 5 stages of grief? He would have been in the bargaining state. That could have made it very dangerous because the thing is that like some spirits can touch me. They've left scratches on my body before, I hate when they scratch me. Oh my god, the scratches burn like hellfire. It's always the little imps that do it. They have like three fingers and they rake them down places I can't reach. Like one of them got me in the middle of my back one time. Mom's like, "Oh my god, your back." I said, "What?" I said, and she's like, and she touches that. I said, "Ow!" I said, "That heckin' hurts. What are you doing?" And she's like, "You have scratches down your back." I said, "So," and I can't reach the center of my back because I got short little raptor T-Rex arms. I'm like, ah. Oh, I said, well, I didn't do it. And I said, they got me again. Damn it. Yeah, it's a normal thing. They leave scratches on my thighs, like in the back of my... I think they're saying hello, but I wish they wouldn't because that's very rude.
So,
I was afraid that this guy, though, would... Like, because he was just so fresh that he probably still had the ability to touch. I was just afraid he would have been shaking me or, like, hurting me. Like, help, I need you to help me. Something like that because... And I couldn't do anything.
can
He might have
imagine.
badly injured me.
I can't tell if that's a, like, aggressive or kinky way to say hello, but...
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I can.
Now I can't unsee it. Oh no! Oh no!
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh! No, you helped lighten the atmosphere. That's good.
Well, after hearing all that, you are free to not answer this question if you so desire, but I always have to ask whenever I hear that somebody is into this kind of world. So if we don't desire to see anything or be a part of anything, it sounds like the best advice is just not get involved in the first place. However, if you do want to get involved, what would be a good way to start?
Let me see. Near-death experience. No, I don't recommend it. I don't heckin' recommend it. No, that's just like what happened to me. But a way that I would suggest is like, okay, learn to drop into a meditative state. That's one of the best ways because before, like when my eyes were poof opened, literally, like I could see, but I couldn't communicate. It's like some of my senses were down. I was like, I felt like one of those mimes, like doing the wall thing. You know, like you can see like beyond this invisible glass wall, but you can't interact with like what's on the outside of it. Although they're tapping on the glass, they're kind of messing with you, but you can't mess with them. And I didn't think that was very fair. So the thing is that you take a deep breath, clear your mind, let it out very slowly, let your heart rate drop. Take a very comfortable position. Blur your vision. See nothing. See everything. Let thoughtlessness wash over you. And slowly, over time, you'll start to hear voices. That's the first step. You'll start to hear them all around you. Then you have to actually concentrate to be able to pick out which ones you're hearing. Whew, shake out of it. And that's how you get started. You might get scared. Because the thing is that like you're literally hearing things that you've never heard before. You're going to be hearing all kinds of things. Music that doesn't exist. You're going to be able to taste sound. All kinds of strange things. And before you know it, though, you'll start seeing things that you didn't before. But be very careful. Because once you peel those blinders off your eyes, like I said, if you see them, they see you. Be careful.
Right. Okay.
I highly recommend sage, though. Always have sage you can burn nearby because you need protection. And let's put it this way. If a succubus lands in your bed, say no.
Well,
say heckin' no.
Obviously.
Yeah, seriously, I'm just trying to sleep, okay? I'm just trying to heckin' sleep. I'm not out for anything. I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, I'm like, sigh, I open my eyes, like, what do you want? And there they are, the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life, and they smile at me with all these sharp teeth, and they're like, you down? I said, no, you're out. Get out. I'm tired. I'm grumpy because I'm tired. And don't look at me like that. Don't touch me. Nope. Be gone, thought.
Well, at least they're polite enough to ask for consent.
That's actually very true. Now, not all succubus and incubi are like that, but I'm not in the mood, okay? I just had a really tough day, and you're part of it. Get out!
I'm so sorry. I just love the visual of, like, you're just laying there trying to sleep, and you open your eyes, and there's this, like, incredibly hot demon laying there with this fuckboy look, and there's just, like, you down? And you're just like, what the fuck? Where'd you come from? I'm sorry, that visual's just really funny.
I'm just, you know what? I can laugh at it now because now that I think about it, it was kind of funny. But not like that. I was grumpy as hell. I'm like, yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah, I'm
Who are
sure.
you? I'm not about that life. Okay, I don't even know you. And I'm not down to clown. Okay, I'm not down for the casual stuff because I'm a dreamer and I'm a lover. Okay, and I'm not down for the casual. And you are demonic. Get out of my bed.
Yeah. Also, these are problems that I don't want yet. So.
You do. Are you sure? You said that in such a way that makes you.
See, I'm a very absolutely not unless kind of person. Oh, Lord. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
My poor heart. I know that, you know what, I'm hearing the audience right now, like the keyboard like is probably fired up somewhere. Can you believe this bitch? She turned down a succubus invitation. Can you believe it? I've been trying to summon that for years. That's where it went. It went to her bed and she told me get out. Seriously, that smile though. You have to understand. Sharp teeth don't scare me. Okay, that offer's heckin' tempting, but you are nothing but trouble. Be gone, thought. I can't with you. I can't even.
Yeah,
Oh
I can't imagine that would lead to anything good in the long run.
No, especially I smell brimstone as well. I'm like, oh heck no, oh hell no, get out.
Mm-hmm.
At least come smelling like, I don't know, like come smelling like chai tea or something I actually like. Don't smell like that.
Yeah, really.
That warning alarms in my head are just wee woo. Get out.
It's like you're coming to try to seduce and you smell like that? Absolutely not.
Exactly. Wait, what is that one thing from that one movie? Like, are you trying to seduce me? You know, like, absolutely. I'm like, get out.
Mm-hmm.
I totally buzzkilled him. I'm sorry, but I just, no thanks.
Yeah.
All right. No, like, enough of that. I'm going to get myself in trouble. I don't care if this isn't censored. Twitch is going to come for me and eat my soul or something. I just know it.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. You know, Twitch doesn't give a shit.
This can't be good for YouTube either. I am so sorry.
It's really fine. Nothing we've said breaks terms of service, I don't think. So, you know, the video is not going to get banned, I don't think. So that's what matters.
I don't know. I curse like a heckin' sailor because I'm free tonight, baby.
Oh, I promise you curse less than me.
Oh my. I haven't even been counting. Oh no, someone needs a scoreboard up.
Can we get a running tally?
Yeah.
But...
Wait, I'm behind. You know, I'm just going to say my favorite one. Bitch waffle.
There you go.
Better. Yay.
We can add that one to the bank. Bitch waffle.
Yay. Seriously, every time I say a curse, dopamine just explodes in my brain like NASA sending up a rocket into space. So I'm just saying, according to like doctors, it's actually healthy to curse.
That is true. I'm a fan of ass sandals personally, but you know.
Yeah.
But all right. So that was an absolutely fascinating conversation. Wow, my brain just died. I'm like swirling with stuff. So why don't we go ahead and pull back from all that just a little bit? Because as interesting as that was, and I'm glad that it's something you felt comfortable talking about, if I can go back to my prepared questions for a moment, back to content creation in general.
Oh, yes, please do. Because I totally derailed this thing. I don't even know where I am right now.
Oh, no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. It actually might be stuff I might be talking to you about later over DMs, if that's okay with your permission, but that's for some other time. So, back to VTubing specifically. So you originally were Nina Queen Sama, and then there was the channel that shall not be named.
Yes.
But as far as Yukano right now, both your current model, you have various outfits that you have. First, can I ask if you have a default appearance? Because I remember that this isn't what you normally look like.
Yes,
thank you for dressing for the show, but
I just wanted to make sure the green screen wasn't going to totally bork us up. All right, here's my original appearance, and you guys aren't going to believe it. I don't think. Hold on. Wait. Oh no!
Oh, you are completely invisible.
Shirt on.
You are completely invisible now. Let's see.
Oh god, just like the ghosts that I talked to. Look,
Exactly.
My eyes are showing up. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. You do like,
All right.
wow, your shirt really does exactly match the background. I don't think I can unkey that.
You know what? I'm just gonna. I got it. I got. I got it. Maybe I got it. Maybe I don't got it. There.
Here,
Yes.
let's.
Okay. Imagine if the shirt was blue.
Here, I can go
Okay.
ahead and do this. We're gonna break technical what's it called for a minute here. Let me
Limiters.
just. Yeah, we're going to shatter the illusion ever so slightly. So there we go.
Yeah. I'm just saying, hold on to your butts, everybody. We're shattering the illusion. The fourth wall has been broken.
Just a little bit. We're getting into a little bit of how the sausage is made, people.
Yes, and the sausage is tasty. Ah!
Oh, so it's not just me.
Okay, I gotta behave myself at least a little bit because next time I get on my own stream, I'm gonna like forget that I'm there. Okay, this is my original appearance. Yeah, I know I got glasses, like because like I just wanted glasses because I do have glasses in real life. Like, hold on, let me glasses ASMR.
There you go.
But that's the shape of these glasses and such, and this is the writer like version of me. Like I do have no glasses though version because let's see, the version of me that like if I could get contacts into these stubborn eyes, I would look. Hold on, where'd you go? Ah, that's the problem with wearing 100 outfits. Wait, hold on, nobody move. I will find you. I will find you.
This is why standardized naming conventions are so important.
I know, right? I got a lot of organizing to do. I'm not even kidding you. I got stuff to do for days because I am not an organized chickadee. I am a very disorganized person. And I need to work on that. Yep, but let me get rid of that. But yeah, this is my original appearance without the glasses. You know, I kind of like this one. Yes, like there is kanji on my shirt. It literally says Yukano. That's all that it says. If you're looking for a deeper meaning of life, you're not going to find it. It says my name. Because I wanted an original model that, you know, the prototype model of sorts. And I love high-waisted stuff, too. So yes, my butt looks great. Compliments to the artist. It's all the artist, not me.
There you go. I love the hair.
Oh, thank you so much. Like, me and let's see, my artist like Glitter-san, like really that was like the whole thing. I said, now I showed him a picture. It was Goku like on the flying Nimbus.
You know, like, I was gonna mention that it was giving Goku vibes. I wasn't sure how you'd take that though.
I was a huge and I'm still a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. Oh my heckin' lord! That was like my first anime series growing up. I loved it so much. I still do. It holds a really special place in my heart. But yeah, I said, now take this, and then I drew sideburns, like long sideburns, because I had long sideburns like this at the time, and I spiked my hair. Like I literally take my hair and I gel it up and I spike it like out to kind of do this kind of thing, but I can't get it as tall as this, unfortunately. But I really try. And I said, and do this with it. And I said, can you please put like white in there to break up like the definition and such? Plus, my own little secret. I've had white streaks in my hair since I was 16. Okay. Honestly, I have white streaks in my hair. I don't know why, and I also have like, instead of just all black, my hair has held on to like changes like throughout time. Like this is all natural, folks. My hair is mostly black, but it also has highlights of white. It has highlights of like let's say blonde, because I started out life as a blonde, believe it or not. Like I had blonde hair for like up to 10. Then I went auburn one summer, so it's got red, it's got brown, it's got black. It's all the colors are in my hair as highlights. It is the strangest thing you've ever seen, but I wanted to keep things simple. And these were like the first kind of highlights that ever showed up, or the white ones, like when I turned 16. So I have the white highlights in my hair.
So what I'm hearing is you're a real life anime character.
Kind of. That's what my artist accused me of. Okay. Seriously, this was a conversation. Oh my god. Okay, I worked with this really talented Canadian, like, manga
real quick,
artist.
I'm terribly sorry to interrupt. If you're going to launch into a whole story, we're approaching another ad break.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll go right back. We'll be right back once again. Thank you all so much for watching. We will go dive back into all this when we're back. So once again, I'm going to swap back over to BRB. Everybody, take a break, go to the bathroom, get some water. Thank you all so much for watching. I do very much want to hear this story. But we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, and we are back. Thank you all so much for waiting. I'm terribly sorry about the ads. I would disable them if Twitch would let me, but unfortunately it's either this or pre-rolls, and this is better than pre-rolls, unfortunately.
Oh
So.
dear, you caught me in my mouthful.
Oh.
Wait, don't clip that! Oh god! Hold on. Ah!
Terribly sorry. I should have warned you before the break. Before the break was over.
Love inside, no!
Rip.
Not the oh dear. What were you talking about before this becomes a thing?
Well, I was asking about VTuber related stuff, and you appear to have graced us with a very cute cosplay here.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's what we were talking about. My artist that I got from Canada for my first manga.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, me and her. What a relationship. We were like the married couple, the old married couple always yelling at each other. Like in Sunnies and Denny's, it was awful. So, get this. Pretty much the way I found her. God, I wish I'd used a pen name, honestly, because I wish I didn't put my real name on it, because then I could actually tell you guys where to get it and how to go find her. But the thing is, all I can share with you pretty much about this point in my life was I was looking for an artist for my first work. And for my first work, it actually came out of, well, a spell of depression. I had been with this guy for, like, oh my god, better part of 3 years, like, spent my best teenage years. Oh, someone just messaged me. I got no time for that. No. Pretty much, like, I'd spent the teenage years of my life, you know, like, the best years of my life with this person. And the thing is that they were heckin' mean to me, and they always called me this horrible shit. And this one day, I realized that I was just tired of it. I wasn't going to put up with this anymore. So I emailed him, and I broke up with him. Yeah, I know, I emailed, but he kept emailing me for, like, everything he wanted. He never called me anymore. So I'm like, you know what? I don't have to heckin' put up with this. So I emailed him back. I'm like, how do you like them apples, buddy?
I mean, if he's being a jackass, then yeah, break up with him over email.
Exactly, and he was being a jackass, and I don't put up with jackasses anymore. My tolerance levels for jackassery has gone down the drain. Okay, I'm not sure if it's just maturity or if I'm just done with it, but that was it. So I was crying, like literally sobbing on this desk, and this was actually my first supernatural occurrence, but I didn't know what was happening at the time. I was literally just, tears were all over the desk, and I'm laying in the middle of them. Okay, I'm drowning in my own tears, quite literally, and I'm listless. I don't want to get up. And I thought to myself, who am I? Who am I, really? And this voice, as clear as a bell, like ding, sounded in my head, and it said, "You're a writer, you've just forgotten." And this whole story exploded in my brain all at one time, just psh, and I was like, oh my god, that's amazing! You know, and I'm like, I have to write this. So I spent an entire year doing nothing but that. I'm talking about eating, sleeping, writing, eating, sleeping, writing. Showers, yes. Showers were a must, okay? I didn't
Showers
go
are important.
showers.
Take showers, people.
I'm not unwashed, I swear. So I got that done, and finally, like, I had piles of paper all around me, like scrunched up balls, like thrown in the corner. I couldn't be bothered to even hit the garbage can. Quit messaging me! I can't reach my phone. It's way over there. Stop it! So the thing is that, like, literally by the time I was done, so much got left on the cutting room floor too. Oh my god! You know what? As Hemingway said, "Kill your darling." Like, so I literally had a huge pile of paper like this. It was all completed, and I was done, and I was ready to find my artist. But I just couldn't find him on places like Fiverr or what have you. They weren't there. I was looking everywhere, and I said, you know what, this is unconventional, but I'm going to go look on DeviantArt. So I looked, and I finally found. Oh my god, sorry, I'm all wonky. Why am I looking the other way? Hold on, nobody move. Don't even, I got this. Yes. Now we're looking at you, looking at me, looking at us. Yes.
There we go. Hello.
All right. I'm like this. Quit looking all cockeyed over there. You're looking weird. You're scaring the hose.
Also, real
But
quick, I
yeah,
would like to apologize if there's weird sounds coming from my microphone. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm hearing loud banging coming from outside. I think it's my neighbors. And the doggy hears it too because she's barking at it, so.
that's me too. Everyone's shooting off fireworks, and I'm telling everybody, like, shut up there. Yeah, they're shooting all these fireworks. It's not even, it's not even. Oh wait, it is New Year's. Oh,
Oh,
Happy New
shit!
Year!
Happy New Year's, everybody!
Happy New Year's, everybody!
Wow, I totally didn't even realize.
You know what? New Year's is like not as big as Christmas or anything for me, so sometimes it just goes by. Like, wait, I don't even know what's happening. Like, why are they shooting off fireworks?
2024 in general has been very blah. Like, it does
Yeah.
New Year's matter right now, 2025 is hopefully going to be better, but, like, none of us have our hopes up.
You know what, though? All the tarot card readers said that if you're a Cancer on the Zodiac, you're going to have a great year, and I'm a Cancer. So I'm due for it, okay? I am heckin' due for it.
I certainly hope you do.
Thank you so much. The spirits as well said, this is going to be your year. I said, but I only get one. I know, I'm spoiled. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. This is the year of 100,000 subs, right?
Yeah.
We're going to make it happen.
Yay! Arigatou gozaimasu.
Yes.
Hey, if I even got 10,000 subs on YouTube, the year of 10,000 subs, I would be over the frickin' moon. I'd be so happy. Oh, almost got off on a different topic though. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Before I forget, okay. So I go onto DeviantArt and I find an account. I'm falling in love with their art. I can't even. I found my true love here. It's not her. It's the art. Okay. So I message her, and the thing is, she's like, I've given up art. She reminds me like of the story of the the person like in the bar like drinking down their sorrows. They've given up whatever it is, and such. And I sit down beside them, proverbially speaking. I said, hey, you be my artist. Like, no, I've given up art. There's no point. I said, there's always a point to art. I said, what are you doing now? They're like, painting nails in a nail salon. I said, that's not who you are. That's not who you are. I said, come with me. And I said, we will make you into a great artist again. I said, you were always great. And I said, you just have to find your fire again. And she's like, you speak like you're in a damn anime. And I said, who says I can't live life like it's an anime? And I said, life. I said, it's a stage. I said, and this is, the show is on, baby. And I said, come with me. I said, I'll pay your bills. So I got a job, and I worked really hard, and I gave all my money to her to quit the nail salon so that she would make my manga. That's how important it was to me. I lived, ate, and breathed it. I didn't care.
They said, you sound like you're in an anime. You said, I look like I'm in an anime. Now come with me.
You know what? That fits. If it fits, it fits. But
Right?
yeah, I didn't care. I didn't care how much suffering I had to go through. I didn't care how the sleepless nights. I took on so many extra shifts at that first job. I worked at heckin' Sam's Club, and it was not a walk in the park. My body was brutalized, but my soul was fed. Because every time I got a new page, like first would argue over it. I'd be like, I said, the eyes are looking two different ways. Now you fix that right now, and she's like, you don't pay me much. I said, I give you all I heckin' have. You don't understand. And I said, I work for you. I literally working for you. And she's like, well, all you do is yell at me. You yell at me like you're the husband. You yell at me like you're my husband. I said, well, you're the wife I never wanted. So we're
Wow.
yelling at each other, just cat fight, and then she would get it done, and I'm like, oh my lord, it's so beautiful. Your art is so beautiful. You're so talented. Oh my god, this is the one. And I'm like, it's so beautiful, And she actually said she wanted to come to the States. Oh my god, I shouldn't have said this in front of my mother. I don't care. I said this out loud. I don't care. Okay. The thing is, I said she wants to come to the States, and she's like. I said, but she can't. And she's like, why can't she come to the States? And I said, well, she doesn't have a work visa. She's an artist, and she doesn't have a sponsor. I said, she needs someone to marry her. Thought about it for a second. I said, I'll marry her. And Mom's like, what? And I said, I would marry her. And I said, so that she could get her card, like a citizen card, and she could, like, be here. And she's like, you're not marrying an artist. Like, first person, you're not even sleeping together. I said, like, that matters? I said, we're making art, baby. I said, that's deeper than that. And I said, I'd do it for her. Sorry. Embarrassing moment.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
No. I'm doing it to myself. But I'm just saying though, like I said I would marry her just so she could come over here. And I said I would expect nothing more like from her. I said because I said the fact that she's given me my baby, like she literally like had my freaking baby, my art baby, I said was enough. And I said, okay, I felt super proud. You know what was the best moment of my life so far? Oh my God. The manga was finished. And I go to a print shop. And I take the papers very carefully in a portfolio to the print shop and I said, make this for me. And oh my God, the rest of my savings I had saved up, it all come down to this moment, to the first print. And he couldn't get the paper right. And I finally brought a manga because oh, excuse me. Whew, I hiccuped. I need to slow down. Whew. Body's like, are you kidding me? I'm super excited to be here, I guess.
I'm glad.
But so the thing is, though, is that I took it and I said, the paper's not right. The paper's not right. Went back 3 times. He's like, I don't understand. And I said, here. I hand him a manga the 3rd time and I said, feel the paper. He feels the paper. I said, I said, really just dig in there, touch it. And I said, it's not the paper. I said, it's an experience. It's a shared experience that everybody who's ever opened a manga has had. I said, I need you to give me that paper. He's like, we don't have that paper. I said, you find that paper. So the thing is, I said, it doesn't have to be exact paper. I said, I know it's from Japan. I know it's recycled paper. I said, find me what you can, man. Smell it. He smells it deep. He smells it. We smell it together. I said, smell it. I said, the smell, I said, of a manga. I said, the feel, the texture, running your fingers along that abrasive surface. I said, find me that paper, man. I know you can. He's like, I'll find you the damn paper. I said, you find it and call me back. He calls me back. He's like, I found your paper. And he's like, we went through 27 mills, but I found your damn paper. He hands it to me. I run my fingers over it. And every single manga I've ever cracked open just flew to my mind. Boom, 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 boom. At the moment I said, this is it. And my tears are falling on the paper. I said, you found my paper. And then, finally, I come back and I get the first box of my babies. And I open them up and we're on the way home and I take one out. I smell it. I crack it open and I look and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And my tears are ruining this particular manga and I didn't heckin' care. I said, Mom, I said, I've been dreaming for this moment for like 10 years. And it's finally here. It's finally here. And I said, it's been born. And I said, and it's mine and it's here. And just, I had a smile. I was smiling so much my face hurt. And I still have those dark circles creasing under my eyes of sleepless nights, but it doesn't matter. None of it matters. I don't even care if no one ever reads it ever again, because in that moment, my life was complete. I could have died right then and there, and I would have died smiling.
This is exactly why I was so excited to interview you, because this level of enthusiasm, this absolute inspiring love of your craft that you have is it's something to behold. It's something I think deserves to be upheld, and it's genuinely an inspiration to anybody else who wants to do a creative work. It's wonderful to have you on here and just hear you talk so passionately about what you do.
I'm just happy you haven't kicked me off yet.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm like, oh, heckin' no. I'm thinking I'm gonna chew up the scenery. They're gonna haul me out. They're gonna grab me by the butt and by the hat and whee, yeet. And I'm like, but oh well, maybe there's an old song because my parents listen to the oldies, and it goes and you might just need some madness for a little while, something like that. And I'm like, well, if you can tolerate my madness for a little while, then maybe you won't kick me out.
Absolutely. Also,
that's it. That's the line of the song. 'Cause it might just be a lunatic you're looking for.
There you go. Also, real quick, I don't know if this is still a possibility, but I have a bit of experience with a little bit of U.S. immigration law, and if this is still on the table, depending on what country your artist is from, if I remember correctly, chat fact check me on this, there is a program, it only applies to certain countries, but there's a program where you can get into the United States without a visa for a maximum of 3 months. You need to
Really?
you need to be able to prove that you're going back within that 3 month period. I think, and I would definitely look into this because I don't remember what it's called, but there is a program out there where certain countries can come into the U.S. Without a visa, but only temporarily.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, she was coming over for vacation, but the last vacation she took down here, that's when she found out she was allergic to sunlight. That was interesting.
oh, so she's a vampire. Got it.
She is. And then I poked fun, I'm like, I know you're a vampire. She's like, shut it. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah. But if that's still on the table, that might be worth looking into. Just something I learned on my travels, being currently living with somebody who is not necessarily a U.S. citizen yet. We're working on it, though.
So this guy. Well, I hope they get the citizenship soon.
Believe me, U.S. immigration law is a nightmare. We're working on it. But that's not what we're talking about.
It is a nightmare, though. Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
And me to go anywhere else is a nightmare, too. They're going to kick me out, too. They're going to grab me by the shorts and yeet, throw me out.
Just yeet you back
not
in.
This one. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, Europe, I love you. Senpai, no. Yeet. They're going to be like, those bloody Americans. They keep sending over the crazy ones. Sorry. Jesus.
All right, so content creation, and I guess I could apply this to writing and kind of just media creation. Oh, no. That's what I was going at. Back up for a second. So what I took from all that is you're a published author? 15 question marks?
Yes. I am a published author. The problem is my real name's attached to it.
Oh, okay.
And I swore I would not reveal that because the thing is, I saw this one headline that this VTuber had been kidnapped because they were a little bit too liberal with their information. And I'm like, don't kidnap me. I'm too expensive to feed.
Oh, shit.
You can't do that.
Well, I wish I could advertise it then, but obviously for the respect of your privacy, I won't be. But, oh my god, you're a published author. I bow to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, only self-published though, but I've written 3 things. Okay, I wrote one that was the original manga, and I wrote 2 other things as well that were like instructional guides, but mangas that were also instructional guides on how to do things. Oh wait, I can't say that. I'll give it away. Shoot, that's okay. I'm gonna be careful with myself. But the thing is, though, is that like people ask me how to do things. So I'm like, well, heckin' yeah, and I'll make it fun. God, they didn't sell very well at all. Everybody wanted to know how to do the stuff until it's time to actually do the stuff. And I'm like, guys, this costs $9.99. You don't want it. They're like, no. And I said, but you said you wanted it. And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. Next time, quit telling me to do stuff. Because then when I do it, don't be sorry I did it.
The eternal struggle.
Yes. Because the audience tells you what they want, but that's not really what they want. But they think they want it, but they don't actually want it. But then you think that they want it, so you give it to them, then they throw it back. And I'm like, well, what the heck am I supposed to do about that? You figure out what you want, and then you tell me what you want, okay? Until you know, don't come back. Yeah.
See, but that would make sense. We can't be making sense.
Oh dear, no, we can't possibly be making sense, especially since, like artists, creatives, we can't be doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, if the moment we make sense, the entire world explodes.
That is true. People come to us because we don't make sense.
Exactly. I think that's what keeps the world just a little bit interesting, because we say gibberish and everybody nods like they understand, but then they whisper amongst themselves. They're like, did you understand a single damn thing that weirdo said? No, I didn't understand it. You understand it? No, Fred, I didn't understand it either. Either they're really smart or they're really dumb, but I didn't understand nothing they said. With me, it's a toss-up. It depends on what day it is, whether I'm the really smart one or the really dumb one. Don't depend on me for consistency.
No, but see, you spout your nonsense to 100 people. 99 of them look at each other and go, what the fuck did we just listen to? But there's one person in the audience staring wide-eyed, jaw open, and going, I get it, that makes perfect sense. And that one out of every 100 people, that's your core audience.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, you know what? I actually had a moment like that, but I was the audience for this person. Okay, there was a voice actor. You know the original voice actor of Mario?
Charles Martinet.
Like super, yeah, yeah. I was in one of his panels. I
Really?
finally escaped from the vendor room, kind of clawed my way out. Mom, let go of my ankles. It's break time. I'm not sitting there putting up with this. I'm hungry, damn it. I got the hangers. Let me go. Let me go. So I finally get out, and she's like, okay. She's like, you got to come back in like 30 minutes. My 30 minutes wasn't 30 minutes, okay? I heckin' ate that piece of pizza, and I fled into the night, and I found a nice panel to go duck in and sit at where she couldn't find me. I'm like, my feet hurt. I just want to sit. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden he starts talking. And this was the creepiest, but the best creepiest moment of my life, okay? Because the thing is, I mean, I'm used to the ghosties and the goblins and the blah, 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 but I'm not used to someone actually seeing me. Okay, seeing me is different than just looking at me. When you see me, you're peeling away the layers of my flesh, and you're literally seeing my soul. I don't have that too often. I mean, I don't know what it is, but cancers are mysterious, for lack of a better word. I mean, everybody says that, we're so hard to understand, and I don't get it myself, because to myself I seem easy to understand, but that's cheating because I'm me. And therefore I know myself, but everybody else is like, what the heck? They're so confusing. They're so mysterious. But the thing is, this guy, no, he saw me. I sit in, and he starts talking about his career. And then he looks right at me, right through my body, into my very soul, through my green eyes to my very soul. And he said, because we all have our time. And I just, electroshocked. I'm like, he's looking at me, but he's seeing me. And I'm like, oh my God. And I just stare into his eyes, and it's just the two of us in the room. For 5 seconds, might have been 500 seconds. And he smiles and nods at me, and then looks away at someone else and just keeps talking. But I'm not hearing a single word he's saying, because I'm literally realizing for the first time, it literally was an artist connection. Our souls had literally bridged, and I'm like, oh my God, he was literally talking just to me, and that just 5 words, just to me in that moment. And I realized he's psychic or something. He sees something in me that I do not yet see in myself, because he said that we all have our times, and that indicated mine wasn't yet. And I'm like, oh my God, and that always stuck with me. I'm like, wow, the gravitas of that moment. And I'm like, I still don't understand how the heck that even happened, but he must have a little bit of supernatural power in him or something to be able to do that, to see me. I'm like, oh God, he looks right at me. I didn't know what to make of it. I still don't.
I like that story.
Different things happen to me. At the conventions, I love the conventions. If you guys haven't been yet, book yourself to a convention, even if it's just a small one. Life happens at the conventions for our kind, okay? I go to the convention, and next thing you know, this voice actor came to my table, and the thing is that we talked, we chewed the fat. I sold him a bunch of stuff, for his wife and his mother. Next thing you know, I'm sitting in at his panel, and he calls me up, and the thing is that he's like, you've been there, what do you think about that? And we just start bantering and talking. Next thing you know, I go sit back down. I met this girl at the convention, so we were going from panel to panel together. She looks right at me, she goes, who are you? And I laughed, and I said, I would like to know that myself. When you know, tell me.
Laugh track.
Some weird stuff happens to me, and when people around me see, good Lord, there's another person who said that to me at a convention. A guy said that. Why is that everything that everybody always says when they look at me? Well, should I be concerned? Okay, which voice actor was it? The guy who played Piccolo, the American version of Piccolo. Well, when you're a vendor at conventions, you just meet these people, okay? You meet a lot of people that you wouldn't otherwise have casual access to. Well, the thing is, me and Mom chewed the fat with this guy. Next thing you know, he's like, hey, he's like, Yukano, how you doing? This guy looks at me and goes, dude, who are you? I said, I don't know. Would you know? Let me know. So go to convention. Life happens there. You're going to meet so many cool people.
So I've been told. I need to get there at some point.
Totally.
So, this is normally what I ask about content creation just in general, but you are into so much more. I guess this applies to some of the other stuff you're into, especially being a published author and doing, as much creative work as you've been doing. So, both as far as getting into streaming and video making, I guess we'll start there. When you got into this whole thing, did anything kind of shock or surprise you as you were like getting into, like, as you were becoming an online personality with a platform and a voice and a following? Did anything kind of catch you off guard, or did you feel pretty much ready for anything?
I was not ready for anything.
Fair.
I literally is like, oh my god, like what am I doing? I don't understand. What does this button do? Oh god, the whole thing blew up. Ah! Guys, you still with me? Oh my god! Technology and me have always had a very terse relationship, so the technology was what scared me, almost scared me off of this whole thing. But the thing is, I sat for 3 months playing Eye of the Tiger with like with like the bandana tied around my head and sitting there with OBS, and I said, okay, I got a soda, a Canada Dry. I'm like, yes, I said, we're not leaving until we learn how to do this. And I said, come on. And I said, it's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Yeah, so I'm just like, 3 months later, I'm like, it's finally done. I finally know how to do this. I'm gonna make it. And then the audio borks up, and I'm like, So let's put it this way. The technology was difficult for me to learn, and also, I'm an introvert. I know I don't seem like it. I know I seem like an extrovert, but I like to say that I'm an introverted no, I'm an extroverted introvert. So the thing is that, I mean, I was not, oh my god, I spent most of my teenage years not talking at all. My preteen years and my teenager years, I didn't say, like, mom would be like, how's school? I'm like, fine. Literally, just, she's like, did you make any friends? No. And she'd be like, she's like, how's your grades? Good. Okay. That's pretty much the extent of what I said. I spent most of my time writing and reading. I didn't spend a lot of time talking. And so I didn't know if I was going to have anything to talk about. And I thought it was the craziest thing. I'm like, what are you doing here? Why are you trying to do this? And I just would sit back and remember Natasha Nanyers and Iron Mouse. And I'm like, because I said, if you do nothing else in your life, and I said, I just want to be like them. And I said, look how happy they make everybody. Look how happy they made you. And I'm like, and you tried doing this kind of stuff before. And I said, it didn't work out. And you just go crawl back into your crabby shell, you cancer crab, and just lock down again. I said, you're not doing that anymore. And I said, you're going to stop ghosting people. You're going to take responsibility for your life, responsibility for who you really are. And I said, you're going to figure out who you really are, and then you're going to like it. You're going to like who you really are. Stop rejecting who you really are. And I said, find her. I said, nourish her. I said, become her. And then I did. But it's not an easy journey, folks, because you have to consult and confront your dark side. You have to turn the mirror on yourself. And you have to look into it, and you have to be ready to accept everything you see there. It's not easy, but it is worth it.
The big scary I word, introspection.
Yes, exactly. And the thing is that it's not like a 5-step journey like an AA meeting. Like, you're literally going to have to go back and repeat the same steps over and over again until they feel comfortable. And learning to talk in front of a lot of people. I mean, I did it at the conventions, honestly. Like, I was invited as a panel speaker and a keynote speaker a few times. Good Lord, I would sleep for a whole week afterwards. I literally stressed myself, like, out. Like, I was a pencil, like, constantly being sharpened until there's a nub left. By the time I got up there, I get up there, and I was also a professional storyteller for a few years. I did a really dangerous form of it called rhyme verse. My teacher told me I was playing with a loaded gun. I was playing Russian roulette, pretty much, because if you drop one bar, you've lost the game. I did that on stage one time. I dropped a bar, I lost the game, I had to apologize to my audience and go gracefully or gracelessly, depending on how you look at it, go sit down. I vowed I'd never do that again. Day and night, I practiced over and over again. And I'd never dropped a bar ever again. Whew, that put the fear of God in you. You'll learn a few lessons when you embarrass yourself in front of 200 people.
That is such a mood, honestly.
You learn your lessons real quick. You didn't do your homework. Well, 200 people are gonna see it, and then your whole face is gonna flush. You're gonna go sit down, and you'll learn from it. guys, that's the lesson here. Listen, if you make a mistake in your streaming journey, like in the beginning, it's okay. You want to make mistakes because once you make a few of those mistakes, you'll never make them again. Trust me, you're going to embarrass yourself quite a few times. That's part of the learning process. It's all natural, folks. Don't be too hard on yourself. Get up, dust yourself off, try again. All right? And you will evolve many times throughout this process. You will change as a person, but you're not even really changing. You're finding you. Okay? Find yourself, embrace yourself. Give her a nice hug. Give them a nice hug, whoever you are. Give yourself a nice hug and be willing to accept your own cringe because it's you. And there's only one of you. There's only one of every single person on this planet. You're so unique. There's only one of you. Love yourself for it.
Plus, there's a reason that every content creator says embrace the scuff. You're working with technology that barely anybody understands. I literally forgot to unmute myself at the start of this very interview. So things are gonna go wrong, and you just have to embrace it and move on, you know?
If I've had a cookie for every single time that I've come on and just blah, 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 blah. Oh, God, I've been going for 15 minutes and I've been muted. Boop. Audio, really just please get with the program, audio. Or me get with the program. Something's got to change.
It really be like that. I was so proud of myself for a while because I was the one streamer that had never forgotten to unmute themselves. Nah, happens to everyone.
Yes. Exactly. And you got to be really careful with hubris because the thing you say you're not going to do, and at least I'm not like that guy, you're the next one to do it.
100%.
It's inevitable. Karma will bend you over and spank your butt like daddy's come home early. You didn't do the dishes, okay? All right, you gotta let this go, okay? If you make fun of someone else, it's going to happen to you on stream. You better pull your punches.
Very true. Very
Throw the key away.
Besides, it's the thing that brings us all together. You know, all of our streams suck a little bit, so you know, nobody is above anybody else.
It's part of the experience. It kind of enriches the experience if you think about it. I mean, before live stream, everybody's videos were so pristine. They were so polished. They had almost like a bleachy smell about them. Now it's all natural, baby.
Yeah, which leads to the most clippable moments.
Exactly. And every time I accidentally stick my foot in my mouth and say an innuendo, I'm like, no. And all my starlings pounce on the opportunity. I'm like, no, clip that. And then it's already there. I'm like, oh, shit. Not again.
Everybody remember, the phrase don't clip that means it's already been clipped.
Exactly. You don't even get the words out of your mouth, and it's already boop right there, and they already posted the link, and everybody's clicking, everybody's typing about it, like, shit. You know what? I changed my whole entire opinion. Enjoy the cringe.
I was about to say,
enjoy it.
And you know what everybody is doing as they're watching that clip. You know what the experience you're generating from your scuff is. They're all laughing. They're having a good time. Everybody is here enjoying the moment together, and there is nothing stronger than a community built on that.
Exactly. Like I said, I want to make people feel good. I want to make them happy. I want them to have a family, to go to, because when I was growing up, I didn't find my people until way later. Like, I was in a, good Lord, this takes me all the way back. I was in a Christian private school because I kept getting beaten up at public school. I was a little kid. I was like, oh my God, I was like 7 years old. And the thing is, my mother every day would go into the principal's office and yell and scream and rant and rave because she's a heckin' Scorpio. And if she's not happy, the whole world's going to burn. Just the way it is. Okay. It's just accept the flames because she's bringing them. But the principal couldn't do anything or wasn't willing to do anything. Oh my God. Her and the insensible principal's like, no, don't get mad. Well, the thing is that I ended up with carpet burns. He shot my ankle into a cement door and almost broke it. He threw me up against the wall. He took all my lunch money. And the thing is that she looks down at me and she's got tears in her eyes and she's got me by the shoulders and she's like, please just fight back. All you gotta do is punch him one time and he'll leave you alone. Please fight back. But you have to understand, a Scorpio gave birth to a Cancer. So I look up at her with my big green eyes and I said, Mommy, violence isn't the answer. And she just broke down crying. I've never seen a Scorpio cry like that my entire life. I'm like, it's okay, Mommy. It's just, oh my God, because I could hit him back. I could have WWE'd his butt. I was a farmer's daughter. Okay, I had some strength behind these wiry little bones. He just didn't know it. Okay, I've hauled so many alfalfa bundles in my entire life. I could have probably hauled him and like yeeted him out the window like one of them, but I wasn't going to do it because then he would win. And I wasn't going to let him win. They say the dog that you feed the most is the one that survives inside of you. And I didn't want to be like him, so I didn't hit him back. So, got my butt moved to a private school just down the road. The problem is that I was the only nerd there. I was the only heckin' nerd. Okay, and all of them were like, oh my God, the girls were all about the boys. The boys were all about the girls. And I'm like shaking my head and I'm like sitting there with my Dungeons and Dragons book and I'm like, I'm busy. Leave me alone. But we need your help, Yukano. We need your help with homework. You only talk to me when you want my help. Why don't you bring a cookie or something? Bring payment. Bring payment. Cookies. Candy. Now. Never got my cookies and candy. I was also the negotiator, though. Oh, my God. Okay, get this. I am in high school. I'm minding my own business. Because the thing is, I mean, for heaven's sake, I kind of didn't want to associate with the populace because they were really, I don't know, heckin' mean anyways. Just
Shallow.
even amongst themselves are mean. Yeah, I mean, with friends like them, who needs enemies? I don't understand the dynamic. I didn't understand the appeal. At that point, I just want to be left alone. I'm 90 when I'm like 16, okay? I'm an old lady. Leave me alone. That's what I felt like. Like a really like emo 16-year-old just wants to be left alone. Well, their shadows darken my cubicle because we're all made to sit in these cubicle things. And I'm looking at this book because I've already done my work for the day. I'm like, what? I turn and look at them and they're all standing there. All the girls are standing there like, Yu-chan, it's not fair. I said, life isn't fair. What do you want from me? And they're like, but we're not allowed to go swimming. We just want to swim for the summer. We don't want to run track, and they're like, they're going to make you run track too. And I said, well, we could all suffer together. Look down at my book. They take my book and I turn and look at them like I'm going to bite someone's ears off. What? And they're like, please talk to the principal. Please, we won't ask for anything else. We'll even invite you to some parties, like some end of the year parties. Please talk to the principal. I'm like, if I talk to the principal about this, if I get you what you want, will you leave me alone? They're like, yes. And so I'm like, oh my God, I'm such a soft touch in my old age. They're like, you're only 16, you child. Shut up. So I get up. Next year I knock on the principal's door. I wonder what this looked like to him. I knocked on the door, and the thing is, he already knew who it was. He's like, "Come in, Yu-chan." I open it up. I go out. I come back with like a stand. I put it down. I go out and get the graph. I come back and put it down. I go out and get my stick. And I come back and like I start pointing. I said, according to the American Journal, I'm literally pointing, and I said, health, it's easy on the joints. Swimming is great for the heart. Blah blah blah. He's like, go. I said, what? He's like, just take them and go. You can go. You have my permission to go, only because it's you. I said, thank you, sir. I said, thank you for your time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I take out the stuff and I walk out. And they're all standing there. They're like, I said, yes. The answer's yes. The answer's heckin' yes. I said, you leave me alone now. Give me back my book. They're like, yeah. I said, for the day. I said, give me that. Oh, seriously. They did not invite me to any of the end of the year parties, but I knew they wouldn't. They were
of course
flying through their... But I was content because I got my book back and they left me alone for lunch.
That's something at least.
Exactly. I was a writer who just wanted to read my books, and be left alone because the stuff they were worried about was just different from my world, I guess. I mean, they're constantly worried about cheating, and I'm like, but no one's even sleeping with anybody at this stage. What the heck's wrong with you people? And I'm like, ew, that's so gross. Yeah, I caught him kissing behind the gym. I didn't want to see that. Where's the bleach? Where's the bleach? My heckin' virgin eyes! Oh my God. I'm just saying though, so I didn't find my people until way, way later. I was like numero uno for the longest time. But the first convention I went to, my entire world just went exploded into existence. It's like I wasn't even me until I met other nerds. And it made me so happy, and there's all these people. I knew I had to go back. My first convention was MetroCon. Go to MetroCon, everybody, if you're in Florida. Oh my God, or if you're vacationing in Florida, around June or July is when they usually have MetroCon, and it is a trip. It's 3 stories of joy. Okay, and they even have a living chess tournament with all these anime characters in it, and all these people dress up. They're all around you dressed as anime characters. Ask for a picture if you're nice about it. They'll even do like selfies with you. Oh my God, there's so many artists there, and you can stand in line to get your thing signed, and it doesn't matter what it is, they'll sign it. Except for if it's a pair of underwear. I've seen stuff. I've seen stuff that was refused, okay? Rightfully so. But yeah, if you want to feel whole, like if you want to feel like you're amongst friends and like imagine if you could experience like Dungeons and Dragons, like for real, going into a tavern and there's all of these cards, card-like characters, and such. You're just having a time. You're dancing on tabletops. That's what it feels like, and it is euphoric. You'll never be the same after you attend one. Then you have to attend them all. They're addicting.
It sounds amazing. I'm glad that you found your people there.
Thank you so much. You should totally go.
I would if I had money.
Oh, that's always the hard part.
Yeah, I do hope someday to start to get to convention as a vendor, because someday I'll have things to sell, but we're not there yet.
Oh my gosh, I got stories I could tell you because I vended for many years. Like do's and don'ts, like I've got them aplenty. Like I've made so many mistakes. They've written a book about me, I'm sure, somewhere.
I'll definitely stay in touch then, because I might need some advice going forward.
Sure thing, I'd be happy to give it. Like anything I could tell you to help you.
Absolutely. So we are rapidly approaching the 3-hour mark.
Oh my God, really?
Yes. And as absolutely wonderful as it has been to talk to you, it is also past midnight here, and I should probably be working on keeping my sleep schedule in half tact. So I sincerely apologize to cut things a little bit short. But to round things off, I do have a question that I like to ask as kind of a capstone to the whole interview. So if it's something that you're okay with, I was wondering that from all of this rich creative history that you've had, all of the things that you've done, all the way up to now at this moment, as far as who you are as a person, do you think that you've changed over time? And if so, how do you think you have?
I've changed a lot. Oh my God, this journey began, like I said, years ago when I started as a PNG tuber, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know what PNG tuber was, but I've changed a lot. You know what? How do I say this? I saw this guy, and he was like talking like in the comment section of this video, as people are apt to do, just spilling his guts, like really just bleeding all over the comment section. He's like, I miss who I used to be, is what he said. And he had paragraph after paragraph of how he missed who he was, and I just shook my head slowly, and I had the biggest, like, dumb, Luffy-like grin on my face, and I'm like, I don't miss her at all. And then I realized, and I'm like, I can look back, and so many people spend their entire lives looking back, but I'm not looking back. I'm looking forward. I have changed so much. I am no longer sad anymore. I'm not depressed anymore. I'm not lonely anymore. And I am not lost anymore. I know myself now. I am exactly where I mean to be. I'm exactly what I was meant to be. And it's only up from here. Listen, everybody. If you're going through a rough time, a rough patch, it's okay. I was there too. You're not alone. You're amongst friends. Listen to me. You just have to find yourself. All right? You can find whoever you are on the road that you're on. Stop looking back. There's nothing good for you back there, especially if you've had a life that, like, you have so many, like, sad moments and regrets. Don't look back there. Look forward. Keep looking forward. Keep walking, because the thing is that you don't know it, but there are going to be so many friends waiting for you down this road. There's going to be so many opportunities. There's going to be so many nice things waiting for you. You just have to get past this bridge and then burn it down and just keep walking. Keep on the path. Don't leave the path, all right? Because there's going to be something great waiting for you. I just know it, all right? It's not over for you yet. All right? It's not over till you say it's over. Do not stop. Do not quit. Take it from someone who's on the same road that you're on. I'm just miles ahead of you. We will meet up eventually. All right? You just keep on going and keep on believing because I believe in you.
Once again, this is why I was excited to have you on. Genuinely inspiring.
Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful. All right.
Now I feel very modest.
Well, no, it's been an absolute joy to have you on, Yukano. I cannot explain to you how happy it makes me that you're here and sharing your just passion and love for what you do with the world. I cannot wait to put this up and immortalize this interview forever.
Arigato.
Yeah. So normally the way I do things is before we actually shove off, is there anything in particular you'd like to talk about or just bring up or even just chill while you're here before we sign off?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on. This is the first interview I've ever done, folks, and Hedron-san is a wonderful host.
Thank you very much. I hope it was fun. I try very hard
a lot of fun.
I try very hard to make it a good experience, so. But all right. Well, that's going to be it for today then. Yukino, would you like to give everybody one last shout out as to where they can find you?
Let's see. You can find me like all of my tags are Yukano_dreams. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on I got a Patreon as well. Same handle. You can find me on Bsky. You can find me on X. I almost said Twitter again. I gotta get out of that habit. It's not
still
Twitter
Twitter
anymore.
It's still Twitter. We dead name Twitter here.
I know, right? For heaven's sake. I miss that little blue bird of happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. But anyways,
Absolutely.
yeah, you can find me on those. Oh, you can find me on Webnovel as well because, like I said, I write a lot of stories. Like I've got 2 yaois. But if you don't want yaois, that's okay because Chibi Knight's on there. And if you want to cry and read a yaoi, you can always read Crystal Stitches because that's gonna make you heckin' cry by design. I'm sorry in advance. Gomenne.
Fair enough. All right.
But anyways, though, I would like to say one final time, bye everybody. Thank you so much for watching this interview.
Yes, thank you all so much for being here. Wonderful to have everybody here, as always. Thank you so much for being here to support both me and Yukino here. Don't forget to check her out, and I think that's going to be all. Let me go ahead and flip over to the thing there, and that's going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching.